Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the beautiful island of Madeira. We are here to bring you the action from the first final session of the World Paraswimming European Open Championships. My name is Paul Noble. I'll be on the commentary all week, and alongside me on the commentary is Liz Johnson. Good evening, Liz.
Hey, Paul. I wish I was alongside you.
Yes, well, this, of course, is the Open European Championships 2020, of course. As you'll see on a lot of the signposts around the poolside in Funchal. And because of the COVID restrictions, it's been delayed by 1 year. And it also has a big impact on us, hasn't it, Liz?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're bringing these finals to you. We say alongside each other. Technically that is true, but I think we're some 450 miles apart, aren't we, at the North Pole? And significantly far from the shores, the beautiful shores of Madeira. I'm in a not-so-sunny Wales. Are you in a sunny Scotland, Paul?
I think I am, yeah. I caught the sun today in Scotland. Strangely enough, it must be the one day. So it's as if I'm in Funchal. There's the events for tonight's finals, 25 finals for us to enjoy. Just saw them scrolling through a range of events, a range of classifications that we are going to enjoy tonight. We saw some heats this morning, Liz, and a couple of standout swims, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was some phenomenal, like a few people threatened some records. There's a lot of tight results, looking like we could be in for a really close battle this evening. It's really difficult to tell, isn't it, Paul, like what form people are in, because they just haven't had the opportunity to put their training to practice and race in an international environment, many not even in a domestic environment. So I'm definitely looking forward to the S11 50-metre freestyle.
Yeah, that was a cracking swim there by Matakis of Lithuania, just going very close to his own European record for the S11 class. And also we saw the great E.R. Boki, a multi-medalist at all the major championships, just go around about a second shy of his own world record for the butterfly. So E.R. Boki, watch out for him. Wonder if he'll add another medal to his tally of European medals that we've seen him gather throughout the years. We just introducing the officials, and of course, as we said, it's a European Open Championship, so it's not all Europeans that we'll see in the pool tonight. There are some from out with Europe. We saw some swimmers from Kazakhstan swim this morning. We saw a few Brazilians take their place in the pool. So there are European Open medals up for offer, as well as the European medals as well for the European nations. So we'll come back to that when we come to the medal ceremonies. So 25 finals, as I said, 25 medal ceremonies, Liz.
Yeah, we're not short on action this evening. It'll get us underway really well. But like you said, there's lots of medals on offer, both Open and European. So it can get a bit confusing, but hopefully we'll be able to guide you through. I say that. Time will tell.
Well, that's the plan anyway. Of course, European Open Championships was held right in this very pool in 2016 in the lead up to the Rio Paralympic Games. Of course, we're in the lead up to Tokyo as well. So it's a very similar situation as we were 5 years ago in terms of where we are in terms of the competition format, but a very different situation we are in terms of what the swimmers have done over this past year. Everything was building for Tokyo in 2020. That was all put on hold, of course, by the worldwide pandemic. So swimmers are back though, and some of them look in good shape, Liz.
Yeah, some have come into form. I think a lot of people have actually benefited from having to do cross-training out of the water. And actually, swimming is one of those relentless sports where people don't really take a break. And so actually their hand was forced somewhat, and that's enabled them to, try new things, not necessarily rest up, but just try different things. And actually it seems to be working for a number of the athletes, and we've even seen the return of some athletes who maybe we thought had hung up their international racing attire.
Yeah, well, the first final is making its way on to poolside now. and we saw Denis Dubrov making his way in, followed by Islam Dokovic from Belgium. It's the 400 metres freestyle for the S8 classification for men. We've got the 400 for women. Just for
I can hear glasses moving or a cup of coffee and stuff like that, so just try to keep your movements to the minimum or slowly. Thank you.
There's Amadeo from Italy, a youngster, 20 years of age. I wonder if he's going to challenge for these medals. And Bogdan from Ukraine. I was in lane number 3. The swimmers all coming in. So the fastest swimmers, fastest qualification or entry times come in last is Inigo Lopez Sanz. He's the European champion, the defending European champion. And Andrei Nicolai, well, he is the world championship gold medalist. So real star-studded field to open up the evening for us. And there's the man to beat, Andrei Nikolaev. He's the man they're all going to be chasing, Liz.
He is, yeah. It's like he's the one to beat. It's exciting because Lopez Sanz will be looking to go very well here as well. We didn't have a heat, so it really can go any way. Denis Dubrov there in lane 8, formerly an S10 athlete, now being reclassified having suffered an accident, so he's lost significant use of limbs that he used to be able to use. So we'll see a different stroke for him again. Even though he's an experienced athlete, he will be looking to try and find a new technique, a new stroke. It's like learning to swim all over again.
And again, one of the athletes who might have benefited from the delay in the Tokyo Paralympics, because after that accident, no way that Denis Dubrov would have made 2020, but 2021 might just be a possibility. Swimmers away, and a good start there from Denis Dubrov. As you said, Liz, now swimming with just that one arm. He was a real talent who kind of burst onto the scene at the European Championships in 2014, and he's been a multi-medalist since then in the S10 class, winning 3 gold medals in the Rio Paralympics, of course. But he goes now in the S8 class. He's had to change his stroke completely. And right out at the front of the field there is Nikolaev and Bogdan. They've gone out fast in these early stages. Of course, it is 400, a long way to go, but looking very, very strong in this the opening part of this race is Andrei Nikolaev, really setting his stall out early.
Yeah, Nikolaev hasn't swum a time this year yet, so it'll be interesting to see what he can go. Alberto Amadeo of Italy, down in lane 6, has actually got the fastest time of the year. But as I said, that pink hat of Nikolaev not graced the competitive waters. And we can see here he looks in control there. Nice high stroke rate. Breathing both sides, checking that no one's coming up against him, because that can happen. In the 400 metres, people can sneak up on you. But right now, as you can see from that overhead shot, he has a commanding lead.
Yeah, he does indeed. Gone over at the 150. We'll just check the gap between him and second place. It is Amadeo in second place, 4.14 second between first and second spot. Bogdan Hronenko, another experienced campaigner. Hronenko, he is out fast. He's finding the pace a little bit of a problem as they come down to the halfway point. Certainly Alberto Amadeo, certainly increasing the lead that he has over Hronenko, but he's not making an impact on Andrei Nikolaev.
No, Nikolaev there, turning at that halfway point. He's got a strong lead, almost 5 seconds over Amadeo. Amadeo going well here for Italy, and it is Borodajko who has a great 50-metre freestyle. As we know, he's a silver medalist at the Rio Paralympic Games in that event, but 400 metres is a completely different ball game. You need a bit of speed, but you do need a lot of endurance, and we can see there Nikolaev at the front of that shot where he's been for the entire race so far. looking really strong. His stroke hasn't changed. You can see a great underwater shot there. His legs just trailing behind. As he comes up and straight back, he doesn't have a kick to give him any underwater off the wall, so he comes straight back up and pops up and straight back to getting those arms over. And there you can see Amadeo just managing to stay in that slightly wider angled shot, but it's difficult to see anybody catching Nikolaev now.
Yeah, they're coming down to the 300 mark. We'll just keep an eye on the gap. It looks like it might be the biggest tussle. Might be that tussle for the bronze medal position. Inigo Lopez-Sanz and Bogdan Tronenko are side by side now, but the top two are away and, well, almost clear. 7 seconds for Nikolaev now, and Amadeo clear in second position. And it is very, very close now. Lopez-Sanz, in fact, just getting ahead of Tronenko as they went over that turn. So he is in bronze medal position, the Spaniard.
Well, Lopez-Sanz will be looking to get as close as he can, but really the gold medal doesn't look to be going anywhere else. But a medal is a medal, and like you say, you've got to time a 400 metre to perfection. It's great to have a good start, but ultimately it is about how you close out and where you finish, as we all know. But here now we can just see Nikolaev. He's pretty much got a whole frame to himself, but Amadeo, the Italian, who's been in silver medal position the entire way, does look to be at least heading for home, up in his rate too. But this is where the gold medal will be going tonight.
Yeah, Nikolaev is going to take the first gold medal of these European Open Championships in a time of 4:30.64. He will take the gold to add to his world title in 2019. Amadeo will be extremely pleased there on his major international debut to finish in the silver medal position. And Lopez-Sanz, well, it was a good finish, a well-timed race for the Spaniard to finish in third. And in fact, Tronenko just gets pipped by Denis Dubrov, the two Ukrainians, in fourth and fifth. There's Lopez-Sanz. There's the champion. Nikolaev was never really in doubt right from the very early stages, Liz.
No, he set out with intention, and sometimes you can do that. If you know you've got the trainer behind you, then you can have that confidence to go all in. And we know he's got the history in this event. He knew he had the form, and I think he probably took the rest of the field by surprise, but there was no doubt in his mind exactly what he was doing there from start to finish.
Yeah, and that's the second fastest time of the year that we have seen. Matthew Torres of the USA also went 4:30, but just slightly faster than Nikolaev, so that could be a tussle in the making when they come to the Tokyo Paralympics in just a few months' time now. But great swim there from Andrei Nikolaev. Real dominant way to start the evening. There right from the start, Liz. He was away, he had a lead early on and never really looked like giving that up.
No, he gave himself a great chance with turning so far ahead at that 200 metres mark, mid-stage, and then really he could just settle into his rhythm. But as you said, the race isn't over until it's over, and he made sure that he didn't leave any results in doubt.
Nikolaev takes the first gold medal of these European Open Championships for Russia. 4:30.64. Alberto Amadeo with the silver, Inigo Lopez-Sanz with the bronze. So Nikolaev taking that one. And time for the second event now, which is 400 freestyle in the S8 class again. This time for women. And the field of 7 finalists will make their way out to the poolside. Vendula Doskova from the Czech Republic.
I think you're on your own for a bit. Liz has lost the screen, so go at it.
In the outside lane, silver medalist last time that these games were held in Funchal. Doskova and Pavlova, of course, another medalist when this event was held at Funchal 5 years ago. Emily Winter, the Dane, dominated this event in Europe for a number of years, twice a European champion, and one of the youngsters here, 17-year-old from Germany, Mira Jeannie Mack.
All right, Paul, she
Next
is
to
there,
another
but she's on
17-year-old.
Liz is there, but she's on CIS.
Borezzo. And in the centre lane, in lane number 4, the favourite, the pre-race favourite, Senior Francesca Palazzo. Now a medalist at the major championships. Silver medalist in the World Championships last year and a gold medalist at the last Europeans. Can she defend that European title? She'll very much start as the favourite, the Italian. And she is flanked by the two youngsters, the two 17-year-olds. Can they get into the mix for the medals?
Okay, Paul, Liz is back. She's ready to go.
So Palazzo, Liz, difficult to see past her. But the two youngsters, can they make big improvements? Can they challenge the Italian?
I think we'll see Palazzo looking to really stamp her authority on this race. But like you said, Paul, the thing about 400 metres is huge improvements can be made. And as a youngster, like if you've had an extra year to train, you've just been excited that actually Tokyo has been postponed, and you've had this opportunity to almost train behind closed doors because you're so enthusiastic about racing, you just can't wait for it to come again. So we will see that, I think, through the course of the event this week, how different age group swimmers have dealt with the postponements and the challenges that 2020 threw at us. But Palazzo, there we see, I think we'll get to very familiar with this view over the course of the week, that black hat of Italy leading out a lot of events. And there she is. She's gone for it down this first 100 metres. There is obviously the pacing element of the 400 metres to be aware of and to consider. I think you have to respect the 400 metres. And Palazzo there, making sure she gets out and gives herself a chance. We saw in the male race, that's exactly what happened for Andrei Nikolaev. And Palazzo seems to be following a similar race tactic. And that bright pink suit there of Nuevo Zero, Spain, going very well. You can see the different stroke rates. Palazzo got a very high stroke rate for this 400 metre freestyle, really attacking it as she comes down that length. There's a great headshot there. You can see that spearhead that we come to know and love at international swimming finals. So obviously the athletes with the quickest entry times are seeded into the middle lanes, those two yellow lane ropes. And then we saw that spearhead, and it is Palazzo with a 3-second lead, a healthy lead over the chasing pack, so to speak. So Derbezero and the young German Mach in lane 3 also going well. They've got their own battle on, and that will hopefully pull them to some quick times too.
Yeah, it looks like the lead's increasing all the time, just by the pictures we can see here. As he comes in to the 5 metre marker. Just at halfway though, we'll just check the gap between there, 2:23.51 for Palazzo with Zoder Borezzo 4 seconds behind now, so that's quite a big gap. Mira Jeannie Mack in 3rd spot, but Palazzo, well, she's had a great couple of years actually. She kind of burst onto the scene in the European Championships in 2018 in Dublin. She won a number of medals, including 2 golds in this event, the 400 and in the 200 individual medley. And she followed that up with a silver at the World Championships. This is very much her #1 event, I think, Liz. And, you know, she is really showing her class in this one. So there, Borezzo, well, clear in 2nd place now. But Jeannie Mack in 3rd place. These 3 look like they're clear of the rest of the field. There's a big gap opening up between those 3 and the rest of the field, and a big gap opening up between Palazzo and everyone else.
Yeah, there's a great chance for these athletes to try and get on an international podium at the European Championships, because the S8 category is renowned for being strong around the rest of the world. You know, the fastest time in the world this year, 4:43.7 from Morgan Stickney of the United States of America. She set that in Louisville and had great company in the well-known, very successful Jessica Long, 4:44.09. So they had a very good domestic competition, whereas here, Palazzo's having to swim out on her own. And as you said, Paul, her number one event, I'm sure she would agree with that. So she'll be looking to stamp some authority down, get a good time into the world rankings, because again, with the pandemic, people aren't getting the chance to race internationally as often as they might like in a Paralympic year. So you've just got to let your swimming do the talking.
Well, Palazzo on her way home now. This is the final 50 metres. It looks like she is going to take this one comfortably. As she comes in to the last half length here of this 400. Just keep a little eye on the clock there, see if she can get her best time of the year. 4:55 that was, which she set back in February in Italy. It's going to be pretty close to that. It's a dominant swim though, and she's going to take Italy's first gold medal of these championships in a time of 4:54.62. Sina Francesca Palazzo takes the gold for Italy. In silver medal position, looks like it is Zoder Barzero from Spain. And the bronze medal will go to Germany, Mira Jeannie Mack. Well, the gap was 11 seconds in the end. Palazzo really, it's very similar to the men's race, really took it out from the front, and she's deserved that victory. A good time as well.
Yeah, we saw two very similar races there in the men's and women's events. I think sometimes that's what you've got to do if you know that you are significantly quicker than the rest of the field on paper, but you want to do a good time, you've just got to commit, and commit she did. But also, there we can see Mack of Germany smiling as well, looking pleased with her time, and again, just getting more and more competitive international experience under their belt, these athletes. Everyone's just so grateful to be back in the water, I think, and racing.
Yeah, big smile on the face of Mack from Germany. It's always going to be tight for the silver and bronze. Palazzo was very much the favourite for this one. Some great underwater shots we're getting from Funchal. And there she was out on her own. Sina Francesca Palazzo. And really no one in sight as she came into the finish there. Great swim from the two 17-year-olds. Nadia Zoder Barezzo and Mira Jeannie Mack in silver and bronze position. The result is confirmed. Sina Francesca Palazzo takes the gold medal for Italy, first gold medal of the championships. Nadia Zoder Barezzo in second. The silver medal goes to Spain, and the bronze goes to Germany, Mira Jeannie Mack. For the 400s, Liz will make way to the breaststroke and the SB9 classification. This is for swimmers with minimal impairment. And this was one of the ones that we did see the heats this morning, wasn't it?
Yeah, we saw some world leading times, so I'm sure there was promise for some quicker racing this evening. Very excited. Stefano Raimondi, world and European champion, will be going, so all eyes will be on him.
Yeah, Ugo Didier leads them out, better known as a backstroker, individual medley swimmer. Didier leads them out for this breaststroke final. Trek Martinez goes over to lane 1 for Spain. Dmitry Bartosinski will go in lane number 2. Could be a threat. Bartosinski, a medalist at the major championships. And lane number 6, Tadeusz Stracek. A very good time posted this year. He was very close to that this morning. Second in the world rankings as we came into this event. But this young man, Fredrik Solberg, well, I think he shocked everyone in the field. Really big improvement on his time. And that's put him into contention for the medals. There is the favourite, Stefano Raimondi of Italy. Can he add another European title to his collection? but he was beaten this morning in the heats. Artem Isayev from Russia just edged ahead of the Italian. There is the lineup for the final. Isayev and Raimondi in the centre lanes. They will start as favourites. Can Fredrik Solberg from Norway continue that good form that he showed this morning and get into medal contention? It's going to be a good one, Liz.
Yep, all eyes on those centre lanes.
There's Raimondi. Can he add another European title to the one he won in 2018? This event, until then, has been dominated by Russian swimmers. Pavel Poltasev won 4 straight European titles. Can Artem Isayev continue that run for Russia? Or can Raimondi bring another title home to Italy?
Well, we see that black cap of Raimondi. There are different strokes here. Different athletes with different impediments. Breaststroke is often a leg-dominated stroke. Here we see Raimondi going very well down that first 35 metres. He's definitely gotten a lead here. As he comes into the turn, he will be safely in first position, but everybody is keeping him company. 30.94 for Raimondi, 0.89 is Norwegian Solberg, and then Isayev 1.21 seconds behind Raimondi. And it is Stefano Raimondi now with a body length lead. With breaststroke, you can see people in your sights. And here we can see the charge behind. Stefano Raimondi going well as we approach the final 15 metres.
Yeah, Raimondi has taken this one out. Isayev is playing catch-up now. He's gone past Solberg, who was ahead of him at the turn. But Raimondi is coming home. Clear water between him and the rest of the field. Raimondi will take it in 106.80. Isayev in second. And it's Bartosinski who just pipped Solberg for the bronze medal. So it is Italy in 1 and the 2 Russians in silver and bronze position. But another great swim there, Stefano Raimondi. It's been a great find for the Italian team over the last couple of years, and he adds another European title.
Yeah, he'll be straight. You can see him moving quite quickly out of the water. He's got a busy programme this evening. He'll be back in for that S10 men's 50-metre freestyle. He's the world champion on that as well, so he'll be looking to get out, get swum down and get recovered as quickly as possible so that he can give that sprint a chance this evening as well. But he started as he meant to go on. First gold medal for him in the bag. First race, first gold medal.
And Solberg gave himself a chance, didn't he? Second place at 50. Really had to go for it, didn't he? But the more experienced Artem Isayev and Dmitry Bartosinski, well, they had him in their sights and they just overhauled him. So it's Russia who takes the silver and the bronze with Isayev and Bartosinski, but no doubt about the gold medalist. It goes to Italy, Stefano Raimondi. Well, all the favourites are living up to their billing, Liz, tonight. Is this going to continue?
So far, so good. You know, you just never know, do you? And I think, again, like you said, we saw there, Solberg, he went for it. He went for it for the 50, and sometimes you've got to play your own race tactics. You can't get sucked into somebody else's race tactics, and you want to know that when you hit that wall, you've done everything that you can. And he did such a good time this morning, I think Solberg as well. Even though he finished 4th, he's done 2 best times in a day. And actually, sometimes when you're looking at that big picture, that's all you can really think of. That's all you can aim for.
Yeah, he did a good job, Norwegian. And, well, I've got some experienced names coming up for this one. In this women's 100 metres breaststroke. 3 Hungarians in this final, and also 1 swimmer from the host nation. Reading them out, Sofia Conkli, first of the Hungarians that we will see. Paralympic Games medalist herself, Reka Tar, the 17-year-old Hungarian teammates. Next out, Zuzanna Boroszewska from Poland, the youngest in this field at 15 years of age. And there's the home swimmer, Renata Pinto. Well, wouldn't it be good for Portugal if Renata Pinto could get on that medal podium? She's got some big names to contend with though. Bianca Papp, very successful Hungarian swimmer, just trying to find her way to her lane. Almost went in the wrong direction there. And there's Nina Ryabova. She won this title back in Iceland in 2009. Nina Ryabova, the experienced campaigner. And talk about experience, well, they don't come much more experienced than this lady, Sarai Gascon. Great Spanish swimmer. It's been around, well, for a number of years now. Sarai Gascon. She has got 14 gold medals at the European Championships. It's her 6th European Championships. Can she add another gold to that tally? There's a lineup. Gascon in that centre line.
She's going to give it her best shot. It's probably one of her least favourite events, but she's still very talented at it.
Yeah, medalist in the Paralympic Games in this event back in 2008 in Beijing, Sarai Gascon. We're missing Tatiana Lebrun in lane number 5. So we've got an empty lane alongside Sarai Gascon in that black cap, and it looks like she's into an early lead, Liz.
Yeah, Sarai Gascon, such an experienced athlete. At some point in her career, she's got a major medal in pretty much every event going, I think, and it's great to see. She just keeps getting better and better. And then we can see that spearhead. It's not quite as obvious as we've seen in other events this evening, but there we can see Sarai Gascon is leading the way. She's going well. We can see her taking that touch at the 50. She's almost 1.5 seconds ahead of Bianca Papp, and then it is Pinto who's currently in the bronze medal position.
Yes, Sarai Gascon, that black cap, familiar black cap there. There is Renata Pinto just holding off the challenge of Nina Ryabova. Could we be on for a host nation medal? And one of the first events here, we had to wait a long time the last time we were in Funchal in 2016 for a Portuguese medal. We might have one just now, but it's not quite nailed on yet. Sarai Gascon, is she coming home now to another gold medal for her? Her 15th European gold medal is within reach. Sarai Gascon will take it in 1:20.63. She's followed on by Bianca Papp, and it is a medal for the host nation. It is Renata Pinto getting in just ahead of Nina Ryabova, and that will please the hosts. And also very pleased that Sarai Gascon, she did the job that she had to do.
Yeah, she'll be over the moon with that, I think. Like, Sarai Gascon is such a consistent athlete. I mean, she's still not even 30 yet, but she just keeps going from strength to strength, and like her consistency is impressive. And we've seen already on day one so many experienced Spanish athletes. Sarai Gascon, and she's not even the eldest of that group, you know. So Spanish do boast a lot of experience in this European squad.
Sarai Gascon getting away well, as she always does. Former record holder in the 50 freestyle, world record holder in the 50 freestyle. And she had a big lead at halfway point. It wasn't quite as big as they came into the finish. It's Bianca Papp closing. Look at that touch there for Renata Pinto and Nina Ryabova. There was not much in it at all, just 0.2 of a second. But Renata Pinto takes the bronze medal for Portugal. Bianca Papp the silver for Hungary. But the winner, Sarai Gascon, another European gold medal for the Spanish swimmer. So a great swim from Sarai there. And just about living up to favourites billing again. And we've got another big name coming in for this one, the men's 100 butterfly S13 class. We saw these swimmers this morning, Liz, and what a great swim we have from Ihar Boki.
Yeah, Hiroboki, he flirted with his record, got pretty close for a morning swim. We know he's consistent, we know he's strong, and all eyes will be on the clock here for this event now.
Swimmers making their way out. Taliso Engel from Germany going in 8. Enrique Alhambra Mola going in lane number 1. Out to lane 7, Lanferon Gutierrez. And Roman Galikov, bronze medalist at the World Championships in 2019. Kirill Garashenko, well, striding out there, he means business. Ukrainian. First of the two Ukrainians, Alex Portal from France. Again, another one who had a very successful World Championships in 2019. And there's Alexei Verchenko, big smile on his face this morning after his heat swim. Can he catch the big man, Ihar Boki, the world record holder, at that time of 53.85. And Ihar Boki, well, he was only half a second or so outside of that time this morning. So can we see our first world record of the championships? It would be good, but it's a tough ask, Liz, isn't it?
Yeah, he's just such a class act, and he's got such a busy programme, but we've seen him, he always races consistently. In the World Championships, he was just off a lot of his world records, and I know he was frustrated with that, so who knows? Maybe he'll have a change of fortune and get this meet off to a great start. And then we can see they're all away pretty evenly off the block, but it is Ihar Boki, that black hat, that long arm span of the Belarusian, using that 50 metres underwater that he is allowed. But Verchenko will do everything he can, the Ukrainian one lane closer to us, to stay as close to Boki as he can as he comes into the 50 metre turn. He's going well, he's 24.93. ahead of Verchenko, and then Alex Portal 26.72 in third position at the moment. But now it is Ihar Boki. He's opened up a couple of body lengths lead as he takes up a position we know that he is familiar with.
Well, coming under the flags now, Ihar Boki, well clear of the rest of the field. It's Ihar Boki against the clock. Is he going to get a world record time? 53.72. He certainly is. Ihar Boki will take the gold with a world record time, 53.72, 0.1 of a second ahead of his old world record mark. And Ihar Boki has done it. He has opened this opening night in style. What a swim! Inside the world record pace at the halfway point and inside the world record at the finish. Well, the silver will go to Verchenko, the bronze will go to Alex Portal, but Ihar Boki takes the gold in a world record time.
Well, we said he threatened it this morning. We knew he had it in him. His world record from back in Rio in 2016. I know he's been itching to break it, and well, I'd like to say it was never in doubt, but you do never know, do you, Paul? But there, he just looks so in control, and he always looks so comfortable, even when he's travelling at such speed.
So Portal with the bronze, Verchenko with the silver, but the gold medal in a world record time goes to Belarus, and it goes to Ihar Boki. Well, he went out so fast, Liz. 53.72 was his finishing time, but 24.93 at the halfway point. Well, that was almost half a second inside world record pace.
Yeah, he signalled his intent. He signalled his intent, and you can really go either way, can't it, when you do that, Paul? Like, you could go out fast, and obviously, again, like we said, we just don't know what the training people have been able to put in, but whatever he's been doing, it's been working, because you do, if you go out that quickly, you've got to have the confidence to back it up, because otherwise it can be a very, very painful closing stage to the race, but not for Ihar Boki today. I mean, it might have been painful, but when you break a world record, I always used to feel like you didn't feel the pain as much anyway.
No. He looks just so smooth, Ihar Boki, doesn't he? Whether he's on world record pace, whether he's warming up, it just doesn't seem to change at all. It looks effortless three hour bogey.
Yeah, you're right. It's really hard to tell, isn't it, how quickly to break it when you can't see the clock.
Well, Roisin Ryan, a young Irish swimmer, leads out the women. It's the women's 100 butterfly S13. It's a combined event. There's some S12 swimmers in this one. Experienced Joanna Mendek from Poland, Paralympic gold medalist 3 times, Joanna Mendek. Marlene Endelrath from Germany, who's in lane number 6. Alicia Berra, winner of the European Championships a couple of years ago in the S12 class. And Daria Pikalova comes out there in lane number 5, another S12 swimmer. They will all be chasing Carlotta Gili, the world record holder for the S13 class. Carlotta Gili, again world champion back in 2017. And the event was held in Mexico, silver medalist in 2019. Carlotta Gili next to her teammate Alicia Berra. And Pikalova from Russia. Kind of shocked everyone in 2016, winning this S13 event as an S12. So we know it can be done. And there's Pikalova in lane number 5. Can she challenge the 2 Italians?
Again, it's a combined event, but there's only one set of medals up for grabs, so it will be whoever touches the wall first, as you said, Paul, that takes that medal. And we can see, again, a black cap of Italy, just ahead there for Carlotta Gili, ahead of Daria Pikalova, one lane closer to us. You can see different strokes here, that pink suit of Gili coming into the 50-metre turn, 29.45 for her, just 0.3 ahead of Pikalova, and then Alessia Berra, the other S12 athlete, turning in 3rd position in a 30.44. But the race is on as we come down this final 15 metres here.
And Pikalova is really pushing Carlotta Gili here. Carlotta Gili just about holding on with that black cap of Italy, but it's the white cap of the Russian Daria Pikalova. But Gili kicks again, and she goes away from the Russian in the closing stages, and she will take the gold for Italy in a time of 103.71. And Pikalova made her work all the way for that one. 105.33 for the Russian, just ahead of Alicia Berra from Italy. But Carlotta Gili will take the European title. And boy, that was such a close race there. Daria Pikalova pushed and pushed all the way to the end, but the strength was with Carlotta Gili.
Yeah, and you've got to have confidence in your own ability to do that, especially at the end, in the closing stages of 100 metres butterfly, to just be able to almost find another gear, as we saw, and she just kicked away, and they went from being neck and neck to Carlotta Gili having a clear gap between her and the rest of the field as they touched in that final stage.
It was a good start from Carlotta Gili. She went out 29.4, which is only 0.2 behind world record pace. But it looked like Pikalova here, just about halfway down, was closing, but just ran out of steam at the end. And there is the final result. Carlotta Gili takes it for Italy. Another gold medal for the Italian team. Daria Pikalova in 2nd, Alicia Berra in 3rd. So 2 S12s getting on the podium, Liz. Next to the S13, Pikalova and Berra, both in the S12 class, swimming up against the S13s.
Yeah, we talked about that this morning, didn't we? How often in the combined events, sometimes the athletes swimming upper category still have the ability to get on the podium, maybe even win the event, and that's what we saw there. So they'll be very pleased with their exploits for their first final of this championships.
Yeah, the Italians having a good start. Ominous for the rest of the championships for the other nations, I think, because they have really started quickly.
Yeah, they've got one of the biggest squads here. They've brought 29 athletes So I think we will end up seeing a lot of the Italians, which is always exciting, and they always seem to bring in such great form to these international competitions.
Yeah, we've seen some new names for the Italian team as well tonight, and we'll see them on the medal podium just in a short while. And we do like the Italian national anthem, don't we?
We do. I think everybody does too, but again, it'll be different this time, won't it? Because there won't be crowds in the venue all jumping and bouncing along.
We'll enjoy it from here at home. Our swimmers making their way out. The next event is the 50 freestyle, one length of the pool for the S5 classification. We saw Sibakek Daliev from Kazakhstan lead them out in lane 8 alongside Kabyshev. That was Sebastian Rodriguez just went through, the experienced Spaniard, and the youngest and in the field is Coral Kutlu. It's Luis Huerta Poza, one of 3 Spanish swimmers in this final. And there's Antonio Pons Bertran, the 3rd Spaniard. He was 3rd position in terms of qualification this morning. In 2nd position was this man, Stefan Fuhrer, one of the small contingent of Swiss swimmers here. And Francesco Bocciato from Italy. He was fastest into this final. He'll be very much the favourite. Silver medalist at the last European Championships. Silver medalist at the World Championships. So Bocciato, probably one of the more experienced members of the Italian squad. He first made his European Championship debut back in 2011 in Berlin. So it's his 5th European Championships. And as you said, Liz, a lot of newcomers to the Italian teams. There's not many that have done 5 Europeans.
Yeah, and he's still going from strength to strength. And I think that's the great thing about the Italian team. They started off with a small group of swimmers that were very successful, and they just seem to gain momentum, and now they've gained depth, they've gained experience, and we keep seeing that from their results at recent major championships.
So 1 length of the pool for these S5 swimmers. Again, we'll see a range of starts. We saw Bocciato going into the water. We see Daliev closest to us, standing up, going from the block. The sit start of Sebastian Rodriguez, the kneeling start of Luis Huerta Poza. Real mixture in this S5 class.
There is a real mixture of impairments and techniques, and also age and experience. And then we can see Sebastian Rodriguez, as always, getting away well, the 64-year-old from Spain. And also going very well is Daliev, using that leg kick, using that underwater. But now we start to see those athletes in the centre lanes starting to come forward with those high stroke rates, and it is Bocciato of Italy and Stefan Fuhrer of Switzerland going well in centre lanes. But here it is Bocciato as he comes into the wall to take the victory in 32.90.
Yeah, Bocciato takes that one by a clear second from Stefan Fuhrer. He is the European champion in this 50 freestyle. At last, he's very, very pleased with that win, I think, Bocciato. Stefan Fuhrer clear in 2nd position, 34.20 for the Swiss swimmer. And in 3rd spot, well, it was Anthony Pons Bertran from Spain. So it's a bronze medal to the Spanish swimmer. But Bocciato, once they got into their stroke there, once it was all sorted out, they got to about halfway, and Bocciato just made a move as he went to halfway and pulled away from the rest of the field.
Yeah, there's not much room for error in a 50-metre freestyle race. And then we saw, and like we can see the relief and the excitement from Bocciato to get that victory, because both athletes in lanes 4 and 5, Stefan Fuhrer and Bocciato, had really close times this morning after the heats. But so the pressure was on for Bocciato. He rose to the occasion and then got that victory by almost a body length.
Francesco Bocciardo takes it. He improved by half a second from his heat swim this morning, and he takes another gold for the Italian team. Stefan Fura from Switzerland in second. It was a close contest for third, but it did go to Anthony Pons-Bertrand from Spain, ahead of his teammate Sebastian Rodriguez by just 4/100ths of a second. Sebastian Rodriguez almost getting on the podium again, Liz.
Yeah, we've talked about the experience in this Spanish team at this event specifically, and Sebastian Rodriguez, they don't come much more experienced than him. Great freestyle swimmer in this S5 category, and I think a great role model to a lot of his competitors.
Yeah, Sebastian Rodriguez, very much the freestyle specialist, as we said, and it might be a good shot for him, that 50 freestyle. He'll be back again in the 100, I'm sure. It was always a renowned 50 freestyle along the years. And talking about experienced Spanish swimmers, we've only got 4 swimmers in this final, but it is packed with quality. And right in the centre lane, we'll see Teresa Perales. So Teresa Perales, another. We talked about the Spanish earlier on. They're really, really experienced squad. Teresa Perales, well, this will be an 8th European Championships for her. She's got 39 medals in the bag. But the youngsters will challenge her. We've seen these 2 Turkish swimmers come through the ranks in recent years. 17-year-old Sevile Öztürk and 18-year-old Sumay Boyacı. What about Monica Boggioni, just 22 years of age? Burst onto the scene a few years ago. But here she is, Teresa Perales, one to beat. She's won the European title in this event, the last 3 European Championships. She won in 2014, 2016 and 2018. Can she add another European title? In terms of the entry times, Liz, Teresa Perales only in this S550 freestyle, is it?
No, it's nothing at all. And like we said, a lot of these athletes haven't had a chance to post times this year, so it really could go anywhere. And with the 2 teenagers on either side, anything can happen. We see a range of starts again. Teresa Perales going from that sit start. The 2 Turkish athletes will look to use as much of that 15 metres under the water that they're permitted as possible.
Yeah, Monica Boggioni in the water. Perales on the sit start takes a deep breath for the start. Watch out for the 2 Turkish swimmers. They will be away from the dive. How much of an advantage can they get over the other 2 in the centre?
Yeah, and there we see Öztürk turning it onto her back, using that dolphin leg kick. Thing is, here we see now Perales starting to come through in that centre lane. She is leading the field at the moment. Overhauled that advantage that the Turkish athletes did have.
And here's Teresa Perales. She's on her way surely to another European gold medal here. The Spanish swimmer is way clear of Monica Boggioni, and she will take it in a time of 38.78. Teresa Perales wins another European gold medal. Boggioni in second, and it looks like Öztürk in third position will take that for Turkey, just ahead of her teammate Boyacı. A smile on the face of Teresa Perales, the smile on the face of Monica Boggioni. They are old rivals, old friends. They've come across each other. They've competed against each other in the last few years with Boggioni and Perales. It's Perales today who gets the advantage. And the 2 Turkish teenagers, well, what a battle they had. Look at that. They both touched with their head, and a good finish from Öztürk, just taking the touch over Boyacı.
Yeah, there was really no doubt that this lady would be the victor in the end. She came through strongly, Teresa Perales, using all of that experience to just stay focused. She's very consistent. Again, we keep saying this, Spanish consistency, but it is true. And Teresa Perez, one of the smiliest people on pool deck that you will come across. Still enjoying what she does, even all these years later. It's quite refreshing.
It's Teresa Perez, European champion yet again. It's a 4th straight win in this event. Monica Borgioni in 2nd position and Sevilla Osterk in 3rd. Well, we've seen some experienced campaigners come to the fore, Liz. We've got another couple of people that are familiar names to us in this final of this men's 50 breaststrokes. SB1 and SB2 combined. We have one SB1 swimmer in this one. We will go in lane number 3, Alexei Talai. We talked about the strength and depth of the Italian team though. And they have got, again, a couple of newcomers. We haven't seen them before. William Frisson going out in lane number 6, Alexei Talai in lane number 1, the SB1 swimmer. And there's another Italian we haven't seen much of before at the major championships, Emanuele Margigliano. And Ioannis Kostakis from Greece. Kostakis, again, 7th European Championship. He's been around for a number of years, won medals in all the major championships, including a bronze medal I remember very well in his home games in Athens in 2004. A very proud man to win a medal at your home Paralympic Games. Well, Kostakis for Greece will probably start as the favourite, but I just wonder if these two Italian swimmers might just pose a threat to the experienced man from Greece. Again, unknown quantities, Liz.
Yeah, for sure. And we know that the Italian camp are swimming well, and it's contagious, isn't it? When your teammates are doing well, you want to step up as well. It's exciting times, I think, for the Italians, and they do seem to be going from strength to strength. I keep getting new waves of swimmers just to add to the team, but I don't think anybody can question Ioannis Kostakis' experience. And if there's anyone that can handle the pressure of unknown quantities, then it's him.
Yes, Alexei Talai, the SB1 world record holder. Watch out for that time, 1:18.42 is the time for the swimmer from Belarus, and that was set just last month at the World Series in Italy. So I wonder if Talai might just fancy a tilt. That's his own world record for the SB1 class. Of course, this is a combined event, SB1s and SB2s swimming together for one set of medals. But we'll keep an eye on the clock for the man from Belarus.
You know, you can see there Kostakis, he's attacked it from the start, using that strength that he has, like you said, unknown quantities in this race in the Italian athletes. So Kostakis will be looking to stamp his authority, but he has got company from Emanuele Margigliano in one lane closer to us, in that black cap there for Italy. The youngster in the race at 25 years old, going very well as we go down now the first half of the race, and there you can see also William Fritton going very well too. But it is now the front of the race as we expected. It's getting exciting.
Yeah, this is going to be a cracking finish, and Margigliano is just edging the experienced Kostakis from Greece. A great finish for the Italian, and it looks like he is going to take the European gold in his first championships, and he takes it in 1:06.46. He looks round, can hardly believe it. Kostakis in second place. The silver medal goes to the Greek and Alexei Talai. Let's have a look at the clock for Talai, and 1:20.13 for Alexei Talai, just outside his own world record time, but it is a medal for the Belarusian if these results are confirmed. William Frisson from Italy will come in 4th position But what about that swim from his teammate, Emmanuel Margigliano? Unbelievable. Took out the experienced Kostakis in the closing stages of that one. And Italy have got another new star.
Yeah, you can just see how much it means to him to join the ranks there of that Italian team. Like I said, it's contagious and you want to be a part of it. And he swam that race very well. He let Kostakis lead him out, kept his nerve and just came through really strongly at the end there to take that victory.
Now Kostakis gave everything that he had there. He went out for it in the early stages. But the young man from Italy was able to hunt him down. Emmanuel Margigliano is the European champion from Italy, 106.46. Ioannis Kostakis, the silver medal, 107.94. And it's a bronze to the SB1 swimmer, Alexei Talai from Belarus.
Medal ceremony coming up, guys. So if you can send me some race info for the highlights when you can, thank you.
Well, medal ceremonies now. Les, the first medal ceremonies of the evening. It's time for us to draw breath. And the medal ceremonies are going to be slightly different, aren't they, this time? Because of the COVID protocols.
And there's a lot of difference. We don't see them, maybe they're having him behind the scenes to make sure that everybody stays safe. But yeah, the medal ceremonies will look different to what we are used to seeing.
So I don't think we've had any open medalists just yet. I don't think anyone from outside Europe has challenged the medal podium. I could be wrong if my notes are not up to date, but I think this have been all Europeans so far. And that very first race, of course, was the 400 freestyle. You see the medalists have already had their medals presented behind the scenes. So there's no medal presenters coming out to award the medals. Medals are given to the swimmers. They will present themselves behind the scenes. The bronze medalist there, Alberto Madeira, silver medalist. Again, another one of these young Italians, really coming through strongly. And there's the champion, Andrei Nikolaev. Really never in doubt that he was going to take that title. He led from start to finish in that 400. Inigo Lopez Sanz it was with the bronze medal, and Alberto Amadeo with the silver medal. A good swim from the young Italian.
Ladies and gentlemen, your medal winners.
Well, the Russian national anthem, strains of the Russian national anthem playing out. Alberto Amadeo just making his way off the podium, followed by Andrei Nikolaev and Inigo Lopez Sanz. And we saw a couple of quite spread out 400s in this S8 class, didn't we, Les, earlier on? The men's and the women's. It was kind of dominated from the front, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think the athletes that won, they knew they had their race plans, they went out for it, never in doubt. But there were some really exciting races behind them, also than these two youngsters medaling, as we see.
Yeah, very pleased face. I'm sure she's smiling under that mask. It's Mira Janie back from Germany, and Maria Zudara Borezzo from Spain. excellent swims from the two 17-year-olds. But again, dominant swim at the front of the field, Ina Francesca Palazzo. She will be a big threat when they come to Tokyo Paralympic Games, I'm sure. You spoke about the Americans, Liz. They're going to be watching on with interest.
Yeah, for sure. I think Palazzo will be challenging for that podium in Tokyo.
Para o hino nacional italiano.
Ladies and gentlemen, your medal winners.
Oh, the Italian national anthem, cut short in its prime there. It is a good one though, it is a good tune.
That is again part of the COVID protocols, isn't it? To ensure that these medal ceremonies move swiftly. But yeah, it is a jolly national anthem. I don't think you ever find anyone in venue not bouncing around whenever the Italian national anthem is played.
Yeah, and it's the first time we've heard the Italian national anthem at this competition. It is not going to be the last, we know that for sure. So the backstroke flag's getting organised again. Staff getting the pool ready for the next event. Well, the Italians already, Liz, have shown us what they're made of at these championships. They're going to be top of the medal table at the moment. Can they hold it? They had a great European Championships last time, a great World Championships in 2019 as well.
Yeah, I think
some of the
definitely shown their depth, haven't they, and their strength already, even on night one in the few finals that we've seen so far, all 9 of them. But yeah, I'm admitting those shots just make me jealous, Paul. They just make me jealous that we are not there.
I know. I remember Funchal very well from 2016, one of my favourite events it was actually. It was really good. And they always put on a good show, the Portuguese organisers. As we move on to the next event, it is 50 breaststroke for men in the SB3 class. We saw these swimmers swim the heats this morning. And again, fastest qualifier was one of the Italians. Again, Fernandez, first in. Followed by his teammate Francisco Salinas Martinez. 3 Spaniards in this final. There's the third one, Manuel Martinez. In the outside lane, the Spaniards. Great history in this event, the Spanish team. There's the Omer Dadon, Israeli star who came to the fore in the Europeans in Dublin a few years back. Andreas Ernhofer, he must fancy his chances for another European medal for him. Roman Zdanov from start was one of the favourites. And they all have to beat fastest qualifier, the world record holder is Efrem Morelli of Italy. World champion, European champion, Paralympic bronze medalist. This might be, it's got the potential to be very close for the medal positions. Morelli probably will be the favourite, but Zdanov was very close in the heats this morning. Again, it's the SB3 class.
There is
Classes
Morelli. I was just going to say, he's like I said, he's in form. He's got the pressure on. All eyes will be on him, but there wasn't a lot in it. So it's exciting racing. Well, going well up there, down like in lane 7 is Salinas Martinez. We see again, we get the good starts, and Amio Merdodoin, as we know, also gets away well. But now we can see those black hats in the centre lanes. Efrem Morelli for Italy, Roman Zdanov, one lane closer to us. Very different strokes. We can see Zdanov with that higher stroke rate now, just starting to edge into the lead.
Here's Zdanov really putting the pressure on the champion Efrem Morelli, and it looks like he might be pulling away. What has Morelli got left in the tank here? Can he come back on Roman Zdanov, the Russian, in lane number 5? He's running out of pull now. Zdanov is going to take this one, and Zdanov will take it for Russia, 48.40. An excellent time for the Russian. Morelli just a second behind in second place, and it is a medal to the Austrian. It is a medal to Andreas Ernhofer. He will be pleased with that one. But what a battle at the front. And Efrem Morelli this time was beaten by Roman Zdanov. So Roman Zdanov takes the title, 48.40. Just a second outside the world record held by the Italian.
Yeah, Roman Zdanov, he just looked like he was getting quicker and quicker as we went down that 50 metres. Looks pretty relaxed too, pretty chilled. I'm sure his lungs are telling him something else. He should be pleased with that there. And Morelli, a great swim for Morelli too. As quick as he's been all year, just outside what he went earlier this year in Italy by 2/100. So he didn't swim badly, but Zdanov timed his race to perfection.
And it was kind of that midsection of the race, Liz, wasn't it? Morelli looked like he was leading as they came to the halfway point, but in that midsection, Zdanov really put the pressure on.
Yeah, we talk about people's doing measurements and how they lend themselves, and we saw Morelli got that good start, but it was Zdanov there that took the victory in 48.40, with Morelli 49.47, and Ernhofer getting the bronze for Austria in 53.81.
The Austrian team will be happy with that medal position for Andreas Ernhofer. Again, another quite a small team, the Austrian team, but they always seem to come away with medals at the major championships. And Ernhofer keeping that record going here in the Europeans.
You don't need a big team. It's quality, not quantity, Paul. Quality, not quantity.
That's what we need. We haven't seen much of the Ukrainian team now so far this evening. They've had a couple of good swims, but they've got big chances for gold here. They've got the two fastest swimmers from the heats this morning. Going in this, the final of the women's 50 breaststroke SB3. Marina Verbova, we see in the centre lane, really dominant in those heats. But most of the people behind her, it's very, very tight for the minor medal positions. There's Gina Butcher from Germany, making her way in. Dominika Michova from the Czech Republic goes in lane number 1. Saviola Trimi, the Italian champion last Europeans. She took the gold in Dublin. Marta Fernandez Infante, Spanish swimmer, 26-year-old, in the World Series in the UK this year. Natalia Gabriel-Yuk, again experienced campaigner, World Championship medalist, finalist I should say, Gabriel-Yuk. And there is Karina Anderson, Paralympic gold medalist back in Beijing in 2008. She'll have her work cut out here. Get on the gold medal position ahead of this young lady, Marina Verbova. wheeled onto poolside with her trademark red cap next to her teammate Olga Swiderska, who's alongside. She'll be wearing, can't see Olga Swiderska as we're camera. There she is in the blue cap. I should have guessed it was a blue cap, Liz, shouldn't I?
Yeah, like I said, these Ukrainians, they like to keep us guessing. They've got a few hats in their team kit. Blue, white and red tend to be the colours of choice.
There's two Ukrainians in those centre lanes. Verbova and Swiderska side by side. Going to be difficult to see if anyone's going to challenge Verbova. But it was very, very close between 5 or 6 swimmers. Around about a second separating the next 5 or 6 swimmers alongside Verbova. So it could be a real shake-up for the minor medals here. But we really don't know, do we, Liz? Because maybe some swimmers are holding stuff in reserve for the finals tonight. We don't know. It's relatively comfortable qualification. I wonder if anyone can challenge the young lady in the red cap.
Well, we saw the Gina Butcher for Germany in lane 8 getting off to a good start using that dive, but already we see that red cap of Marina Verbova for the Ukraine in that centre lane. Like we said, she put in a dominant heat swim, but living up to the qualification, there is a line gathering behind her, charging for those other medals, and going well at the top of the shot. It is Marta Fernandez-Infante of Spain in lane 2.
Yeah, Verbova there in the red cap. Looks like she is going to take this one. It's another good swim from the Ukrainian. Marta Fernandez-Infante is trying to push into the silver medal position. It looks like she's not going to catch Verbova. They're all in a line for the silver and bronze places, but Verbova is just about holding him off now as she comes into the red zone. The time's just about going to be around 1 minute, but it's Verbova who's going to take this one. She takes it for Ukraine, 101.31. It is going to be silver to Spain. Fernandez-Infante, everyone together for bronze. It's Laudrup who gets it for Denmark, 107.35, just 4 100ths ahead of Gabriel Yuk and only half a second ahead of Swiderska. But there is the champion. Verbova takes gold.
Yeah, she looks very happy there. Another, like, again, swam well, very consistent, just 1 100th quicker than she went this morning. That's all you can ask for, is to get quicker in the finals. But a great swim there from Fernandez-Infante at the top of the pool. We said the danger could come from anywhere, and indeed it did. Silver medal from lane 2 for the Spaniard.
Yeah, it just shows you've got to be in it to win it, or even to get a silver.
Absolutely.
It's Swiderska getting pumped up for the race there by her coach. The water splashed on the face. Gina Butcher going a good start from Gina Butcher. Watch out for her later in the week. Breaststroke not her #1 event. But Marina Verbova, this is very much a #1 event for her. She takes it in 101.31. She is the European champion. Marta Fernandez-Infante will take the silver medal for Spain. A great swim from her. And Karina Laudrup, she takes the bronze for Denmark, just ahead of the chasing pack. Yeah, cracking race there, Liz. Oh, that's what we like to see, a close race, isn't it?
Yeah, it definitely lived up to the pre-race billing, the excitement, tight races from everywhere there. All over the pool. Danger, danger.
Gold medal ceremonies now. They have the breaststroke medal ceremony for the men's and the women's SB9. Again, we're about to hear this Italian national anthem. It's a real close contest as well. For the bronze medal, Bartosinski taking that one.
The winner of the silver medal,
109.96. just under the 110 mark. And Artem Isaev, I thought he could challenge the champion Stefano Raimondi from Italy.
Representing Italy,
Raimondi was away and clear in the early stages.
Stefano Raimondi.
Will take gold medal yet again at the European Championships in this 100 breaststroke. Another medal for Raimondi at the European Championships, another title for Italy.
Ladies and gentlemen, your medal winners.
Medalists making their way off the podium for the men's SB9.
Do you think we'll get used to them cutting those? Do you think we'll get used to them cutting those anthems short? I keep like just getting into the swing of it, dancing around, and then it stops.
Some of them are shorter than others, though. We might get the full rendition of some of the anthems. The Italian
That
one's
is
quite a
true.
long one, but it's a good one. Let's listen to the Spanish one this time. The medalists about to make their way out. This will be a medal ceremony that will delight the host nation. There's the Portuguese swimmer, Renata Pinto. Great swim from her again. From lane 2, she takes a bronze medal. As I said, Liz, we had to wait a long time for Portuguese medalists at the last European Open. It was held in Funchal. We've got one early doors now on day 1. It's great to see for the host nation. Bianca Pat from Hungary, winner of the silver medal. She was closing on Sarai Gascon in the closing stages there. But the winner, another European gold medal for Sarai Gascon of Spain. Real champion there, isn't she?
Yeah, and I think people are always pleased to see Sarai Gascon do well because she's been such a good athlete for such a long time.
There we go, Liz. That finished quite neatly. Anthem.
Yeah, like you said, some are shorter than others, and I think again a great podium there. Like I said, Sarai Gascon getting a victory. It's such a well-deserved victory. She's been such, like I said, she's been a great athlete for such a long time. So often though, getting the silver medal. So I think the world is with her when she gets that gold medal. And again, the host nation getting off to a good start. They'll be hoping that's a sign of things to come for them. And that won't be the end of the Portuguese medal rush.
I'm sure it won't be. They've got some big stars to come. Portuguese team, host nation. Always good to see the host nation doing well at major championships. We like to see that. As you said last night, just a shame.
That crowd.
Yeah.
That crowd, exactly what I was going to say. Normally we buoy the crowd along, don't we? and it gets everybody pumping. But well, hopefully the volunteers that are in venue, the few that are there, will be able to make enough noise to represent the entire country.
I'm sure they will. A great start for the host nation. Move on to the next event now, which is the men's 100 backstroke S6. Again, we saw the heat this morning. We have a clear favourite for this title, Dino Sinovcic, world and European champion. He was pushed all the way in the heats. Well, they were in different heats. I'll say he was pushed all the way by Laurent Chardard in terms of time. The Frenchman. Coming out, the two Russians in the outside lanes, Andrei Granichka, Vyacheslav Linsky. There's another host nation swimmer, Daniel Madeira, goes in lane 7, waving to his teammates. Fabian Brona. What can he do? Medalist at the European Championships last time out in Dublin. Adam Jamali, 21-year-old from Hungary. And there's Antonio Fantin. What a great record this young man has over the last few years. We saw him for the first time in the major championships in Mexico in 2017 World Champs. And there's Laurent Chardard from France. In terms of time, he pushed this man all the way in the heats. Dino Sinovcic, I think he might have a little bit of a challenge on his hands here as he goes next lane to the Frenchman, Laurent Chardard. We saw him at the World Championships in 2019 take a couple of medals, the Frenchman. Sinovcic, very much a specialist event for him. He's won medals at World and European Championships before. These two, you would imagine, would fight this one out, but you just never know. Antonio Fantin, we've seen him swim some excellent times in the past. More often than not in the freestyle events. But he's no slouch in the backstroke either. The Italian in lane number 3 with that black cap. Sinovcic reaching back there, head right back, Liz, for this start, but Chardard will get a good start. You'll get that push from his good leg.
Yeah, Chardard using that leg kick, using that 15 metres in the water to get up and get into his stroke, because he knows that the athletes behind him have a higher stroke rate with their double arm, but then they don't have the use of their legs. So this race is exciting because it can change hands. People have different tactics, and we see now Sinovic starting to come back at Chardard at the turn, but Chardard will be looking to get a good turn and again utilise that underwater phase. Great overhead shot there, just 0.2 separating the athletes, with the Croatian leading the way, but again Chardard takes back the lead then off the turn, and now it's a question of can he hold on as that stroke of Dino Sinovcic starts to claw him back in the final 25 metres.
Well, what a challenge he is posing here. Chardard is the European and world champion, about to lose his European crown here. It's Dino Sinovcic fighting all the way, but Chardard using that advantage he had off the turn. He's coming under the flags now. It's all going to be in the touch. It's Chardard in first, and he will take it in 1:16.19. 0.29 ahead of Sinovcic, with Fantin in third position. But what a battle between these two in the centre lanes, right the way down that final length. Sinovcic just touched out by the Frenchman. Laurent Chardard is the European champion, and he is delighted with that.
Yeah, you just have to get your tactics right. Like we said, that is a brilliant example of how the different classifications play out, the different impairments within a category, because the two athletes fairly evenly matched over 100-metre backstroke, but with very different ways to swim that. And Chardard over the moon there, smiling, as he should. Sinovic, he did a good time too. He shouldn't be too disappointed with that. Fastest time for him this year. So he just, on the night he met his match and ran out of pole, and Shadad managed to hold on in those final closing stages.
It was such a good contest between those two. Dino Sinovcic, I did think he might just be able to come back once they got into that second length, but Shadad used his good leg that he has. So obviously he's got one good leg and one good arm. He's got the advantage of that off the start, got the advantage off the turn. See there, Sinovcic in the lead, but as soon as they hit that wall, Shadad taking the top spot, and he just about held on to it in the final. Couple of strokes
it all
there,
came
just
down
reaching.
to that finish. If Shadad had taken another stroke, it would have been one stroke too many. So he made the right call there to kick into that touchpad, and you can see just how much it means to him.
Laurent Shadad from France is the European champion, 1:16.19, just ahead of Croatia's Dino Sinovcic, with Antonio Fantin from Italy in the bronze medal position. Well, cracking race there, Liz. Can we follow that up with the women's 100 backstroke? Another Italian in lane number 1, Arianna Talamona. See Maria Zaccones in for Greece in lane number 7. Chepavikuti from Lithuania in lane number 2. There's a swimmer in 6, Anastasia Zavali from Ukraine. The Russian Anastasia Diodorova, the experienced Russian, being a champion in this event before. Talk about experience, there's Yelizaveta Mereshko, one of the top swimmers in this classification. Verena Schott from Germany, European record holder. She goes in lane number 4. Again, Liz, this one is absolutely stacked. Top names all over the place.
Yeah, there's depth everywhere in the S6 women's events, and Verena Schott will be coming in as the favourite. She'll be looking to put down a good time here ahead of the summer's Paralympic Games.
I didn't see Nora Meister from Switzerland. I don't know if she's going to take the start in lane number 8. Maybe I just missed her coming in. I'll watch out for her in lane number 8 if that's the case. Verena Schott from Germany, world champion last year. The European record holder, European champion from Dublin in 2018. She'd love to hold on to that title. Yelizaveta Mereshko, multi-medalist in a number of events, Mereshko. And Diodorova, watch out for her. She'll start well up there in lane number 3, the Russian.
Yeah, Anastasia Diodorova of Russia, using that 15 metres that she's permitted underwater, using that butterfly leg. You can see her little arm goes around. So she, at the moment she's in the lead, but similar to the men's event, we will look at those athletes in the middle lane with those 2 strong arms and that high stroke rate to reel in the fast start of Diodorova. That's exactly what is happening as we come down, and it's Mereshko in lane 5, the Ukrainian, who's currently just in the lead at the 50-metre stage. She turns in 39.57 ahead of Nora Meister down in lane 8 for Switzerland, 40.78 for her, and then Verena Schott, the German athlete, in lane 4, 40.85. And now, as we can see from this angle, it does look like Nora Meister is going very well in lane 8. She didn't have an entry time, hence why she's down in lane 8. There was no heat this morning, but now Verena Schott in that middle lane, starting to claw her way to the front of the field. Those centre lanes, we can't see Nora Meister, she's just out of shot. Here we see, and it is Meister who looks to be coming under the flags.
And here is Nora Meister into the finish, and look at that, 1:21.78 for Nora Meister. She has stolen it from the outside lane, and that time is a European record, 1:21.78. And that, well, that is almost 2 seconds faster than the previous European record, and Verena Schott, personal best time for her, inside her old European record time, but has to settle for the silver. 1:22.75 for the German. Smile all over her face, fantastic time, but just pipped by the Swiss swimmer there in lane number 8. Mereshko will take the bronze, but what a race there. And Nora Meister, well, I didn't see her coming out for the start. I wondered if she was going to take the start, but boy, she was in it, and some.
Yeah, that there in lane 8 and backstroke, it's really difficult to see anyone who's not immediately next to you. Sometimes catch their arm out of the corner of your eye, and so she will have taken that race by surprise. But a great swim there. We always say a bit of an outside burner, and that's exactly what we got tonight, and she should be happy. But Verena Schott, all smiles, and so she should be, because you can't do any more than a personal best time. And a really exciting and interesting race, Paul. We said that there was depth everywhere, there's strength in this pool, and it was an exciting race with Mereshko ahead at the first turn and actually settling for bronze in the end. We can just see the different range of strokes that get employed in this category. Anastasia Dudorova also going well to finish 4th there, but really Nora Meister, the star of that show.
Yeah, Verena Schott swam a great race. 1:22.75 for Verena Schott. Well, she was inside her old European record, but she was beaten by the new European champion, a new European record holder, Nora Meister from Switzerland. She takes the title. Schott with the silver, Mereshko the bronze. Oh, another great race. Liz, that was an excellent one. It's just a shame that Nora Meister was out in that outside lane, but maybe that's the way that she liked it, out of sight of the rest of the swimmers.
Yeah, it does always give you that slight advantage. You can go under the radar a little bit.
Well, European record for Nora Meister. And there's Alex Portal, bronze medalist in the 100 butterfly. Another of the French swimmers coming through the ranks. The French team building themselves up, isn't they?
Yeah, for sure. And they have, again, they're young. They're young, but they're actually, Roshenko's also going great in that, and a best time for him as well.
And it was a best time for the man in the middle. And that best time meant it was a world record swim for Ihar Boki. 53.72, 13/100ths of a second faster than his old mark that he set in Rio. He is the European champion for Belarus. Sign of things to come, Liz. He said he was just outside his world record on numerous occasions. He's a man who does numerous events at the major championship just outside his record times in the London World Championships. He's started well here, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's one of those athletes. It's really difficult but from watching him to know how fast he's going, because he looks so effortless. Whether he's going full pace or, like I said, he's warming up. Or even on the podium there, he's really conserved with the amount of energy that he outputs, because he knows he's got a busy programme. He's an experienced athlete, and I think we're in for some exciting races from him this week.
Well, the women's 100 butterfly S13 class, the bronze medal goes to an S12 swimmer swimming up a class, and that was Alicia Berra. Very pleased to be on the podium. Daria Pikalova taking the silver medal. Another S12 swimmer. And then mix it with swimmers in the S13 class, but it was an S13 swimmer at the top of the podium. World record holder taking the acclaim of the crowd here, our Italian teammate, and that is Carlotta Gili, the new European champion. And again, we'll hear the Italian national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, your medal winners.
Well, the athletes make their way off the podium. And that backdrop of a picture of Funchal, that mural on the wall.
Do you reckon that's the same one from 5 years ago? Because they had that then. I was very impressed with it at the time.
Backstroke flags come out again, Liz.
Yep.
Another event is due on.
Exciting times, exciting times. We're getting through the races quite quickly. There's a lot. It's a big programme, but we haven't been disappointed, have we, by the action being on display already on night one.
Indeed not. Move on to bottom end of the pool again. 200 metre events now.
The men's 200 meters freestyle S14 final.
200 freestyle S14 for men. Leading them out, Andre Chabelin. Again, we saw these swimmers swim this morning. Qualified from their heats. Nadir Kali from Finland goes in lane number 1. Misha Palazzo, we've already seen a Palazzo on top of the medal podium. This is brother Misha. Robert Isaac Johnson had a good heat swim, qualifying there in lane number 2. Tom Hamer, reigning champion from Great Britain. Small Great Britain squad at these championships. Big chance for gold medal for the British team. Vyacheslav Emeliantsev going in lane number 3. The Russian was very successful in the 2015 World Championships. There's his Russian teammate Mikhail Kuryabin, and a man who was very impressive in qualification, Gabriel Bandeira from Brazil. Well, another newcomer, Liz, that we've seen, the Brazilian. The Brazilians had a few swimmers in this S14 class, and he was very impressive in the heats this morning.
He was out in lane 7 this morning, so let's see what he'll do from the centre, but there's danger all over this pool.
Tom Hamer will be looking to retain that European title that he won in 2016 and 2018. He's building up for the Tokyo Games, I'm sure, as a number of these swimmers will be. And, well, much to choose between all the swimmers in these early stages. A good start there from Kuliabin, I think it is, in lane number 5, who looks like he might be first to the wall. Bandera maybe in second, although going well. Right up there is maybe Nadir Khalili from Finland. He's in second place, 26.81 for Kuliabin, taking them through that first 50. 200 freestyle, remember, so still long way to go. But Kuliabin looking pretty good in the early stages.
Yeah, but we said there's danger everywhere in this pool, and Great Britain's Thomas Hamer turning in 6th position, but we know that he's really been working on his second half of his race, and now Kuliabin is starting to get reeled in, and here we see at the halfway point, it is Kuliabin just holding on to the lead, just 9/100ths of a second off, ahead of Great Britain's Thomas Hamer, with Gabriel Bandeira of Brazil in 3rd position, 57.41. So now the race is on, and then we can see it's difficult to tell from that angle, but now it looks like Kuliabin has been caught, and Bandeira and Tom Hamer are starting to go inch ahead of him. And Tom Hamer here, he's gone to his legs as we go into this final turn. He'll be turning first at a time of 126.78, 0.2 ahead of the Brazilian in lane 4.
It's a very good turn from the Brazilian though, Gabriel Bandeira, maybe just at the edge over Tom Hamer now as they come into the closing stages. Hamer holding on, Emiliantsev coming back. Now the Russian, one lane down from Gabriel Bandeira, but it's going to go to Brazil, this European Open title. Bandeira's going to take this one with Emiliantsev in second and Tom Hamer in 3rd spot. And that is an impressive time for the Brazilian. Gabriel Bandeira takes that one in an America's record, 155.37. Second place to Emiliantsev, 156.45. And Tom Hamer from Great Britain, 157.20 in 3rd. What that means, Liz, of course, with a Brazilian on the top spot, it does mean the European title will go to the Russian, Vyacheslav Emiliantsev.
Well, we said there was danger everywhere, and the lead did change hands a number of times. It was an exciting race, but there is your eventual victor, Emiliantsev, 156.45, an impressive time for him here in Funchal. Tom Hamer went for it in that middle stage of the race, maybe just tied up a little bit in those closing stages, but again, this is an opportunity for all these athletes to get as much international race practice as they can, because it's been a while.
Bandeira looked very good in the closing stages of that one. It's very kind of considered opening for it. He didn't really go for it in the early stages, but he was so strong in that last 100, especially that last 50. And Emiliantsev came back strongly as well to take the European title. Just waiting for confirmation of that result. Still hasn't become official yet. I think there was maybe a little bit of a problem with one of the times. The result is confirmed, and it is Gabriel Bandeira will be the European Open champion. Vyacheslav Emiliantsev will be the European champion, with Tom Hamer and Mikhail Kuliabin taking the European silver and bronze medals. Always nervous when the results don't come up first time, Liz, aren't we? But on freestyle, there's not much you can get disqualified for, really. False starts.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I think you always hold your breath for that little bit longer, don't you? But I think sometimes they do it to us on purpose, the officials.
So as for the 200 freestyle women's S14 final coming out now, Ase Morinespo from France in 8, Janina Brauer from Germany in lane 1, so Olga Potoskina from Russia in lane number 7, Janina Falk from Austria in 2. There's Michelle Alonso Morales, the Spanish breaststroke world record holder. Eva Coronado Teja, she goes in lane number 3. She's looking to try and challenge for the medals, I think, for Spain. In lane number 5, Jessica Jane Applegate. Well, what could she do in these European Championships? Former Paralympic champion, of course, in London 2012. She was second fastest in the heats this morning behind this lady from Sweden, Pernilla Lindberg, world champion back in 2017. Fastest into this final. Difficult to tell though, Liz. So they only had to drop, I think, one swimmer this morning. So I expect this final to be a little bit faster than we saw in the heats.
Yeah, they swam a comfortable heat swim, so these centre lanes, all eyes there. See what times they can go this evening. Great start up in lane 3 for Coronado Tejeda of Spain. Got away well. You can see that bright pink suit of Jessica Jane Applegate going well for Great Britain as well in that centre lane.
And she seems to have been the perennial silver medalist in this event. She was a silver medalist the last 3 European Championships, Jessica Jane Applegate, behind Shabalina and Bethany Firth on those occasions. Looks like she is trying to make it to the top spot here, and she's doing a good job so far. Pernilla Lindberg just pulling her way through into second position now. Coronado Tejeda just falling back slightly. 2 Spanish swimmers just on either side of the top 2. Jessica Jane Applegate with that handy lead ahead of Pernilla Lindberg as they go into the halfway point. 103.11, half a second the advantage. Lindberg not too far behind Applegate.
Yeah, Jessica Jane Applegate, this is where she burst onto the international scene in this event, the Paralympic Games in London 2012, winning this 200 metres freestyle. But since then, she's branched out into a number of other events. She's been world champion in the 100 metres backstroke. She's been the world recorder in the 100 metres butterfly. But it's great to see her here enjoying what looks like a strong and comfortable race for her, because as she comes into this final turn, she hasn't had a lot of time in the water in the last 14 months. She's been biking, she's been training in a hot tub in her back garden, but I know she was worried about what she would be like actually getting back in the pool, and she's got company from world champion 2017 Pernilla Lindberg, but can Jessica Jane Applegate hold on in these closing stages?
Well, it looks like Applegate is leading them home. Pernilla Lindberg with that yellow cap of Sweden is not going to catch Jessica Jane Applegate for Great Britain. And Jessica Jane Applegate will become the European champion in a time of 2:12.26. Pernilla Lindberg from Sweden will take the silver, and Michelle Alonso Morales the bronze. But Jessica Jane Applegate, well, she took it out strong. She brought it home well, and she will be the European champion for Great Britain. Great effort for Pernilla Lindberg there. You thought for just a second, Liz, that she was going to challenge Applegate there down that final length, but Applegate was just too strong.
She looked like she had a bit of a surge, didn't she, Lindberg, in those closing stages, but Jessica Jane Applegate had done enough early on in that race, and we've talked about that on the distance races. 200 metres freestyle, still fairly fast and sprinty, but it is the longest race in the programme at the Paralympics and in Paris swimming for the S14 athletes, so you do have to time it to perfection, calculate when to make the push, how much to give in those early stages so you don't pay the price in the closing meters. And it looked like Jessica Jane Applegate got her tactics right there to get the victory.
Just a slight edge there for Applegate in that pink suit as they went over the turn. Clear victory for Applegate. She went faster than she went in the heats, as we expected she would. Lindberg went faster as well. It was Applegate that came out on top. Jessica Jane Applegate from Great Britain is the European champion. Pernilla Lindberg, the silver medalist, and Michelle Alonso Morales from Spain, the bronze. Yeah, nice close race again, Liz. That 200 freestyle.
Yeah, we've been treating some really exciting stuff. Pernilla Lindberg looked strong. I think, you know, she played it well. She sat back in that first 100 metres, and then she came good and came through strongly towards the end there. She was a good confidence builder, I think, when you're using these races for practice ahead of potentially the Paralympic Games this summer.
There's another medal ceremony for the men's 50 freestyle, S5. as Antonis from Spain takes that one just ahead of his teammate Sebastian Rodriguez. Stefan Fura, he's knocked the podium over. He's knocked the silver medal spot over, I think, or maybe it's just knocked itself over. Not playing tonight, but there is the champion. Francesco Bocciado claims the title in this event, the 50 freestyle. He's won European titles before, not in the 50 freestyle. And again, we'll hear the Italian national anthem. Bocciado, Fura and Prince Bertrand, medalist there for the S5. It's the women's event now. And a close contest for the bronze medal position. There's no doubt about who took the top two spots, the two old rivals. Again, you see in the centre of the podium, experienced figure of Teresa Perales. Bronze medalist. We'll go to Turkey's Bilay Öztürk. And again, Liz, the two Turkish teenagers have really come through in the last couple of years. They're going to be real stars.
I think they're another great example of what happens when you have really strong domestic competition. It pushes you every day.
It's Monica Boccioni. She takes the silver medal. That podium does not like it tonight. Number 2, there's the champion, Teresa Perales from Spain. Takes another European title. You know what that is? European medal. I make it European medal number 40. 4-0 for Teresa Perales. What a record she has. So the medalists get away from that podium. Try not to bump into the number 2 podium. But Teresa Perales, what a record that she has. I think this is her 8th European Championship. Started back in the old version of the European Championships back in 1999 in Germany. And the Spanish team, as we've said, they are an experienced lot, but they still produce the goods, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we'll see, as we see with a lot of nations, some youngsters coming through off the back of having such great role models, I think. And the fact that the Spaniards have that experience, but also the age, it speaks volumes for how the atmosphere within the Spanish camp must be to be able to have that longevity. And I'm going to see David Levet later on this evening as well. Again, another experienced swimmer. And I think the Spaniards, but they're not just, like you said, they're not just experienced, they're actually producing goods. And so obviously they're getting something right in that Spanish camp.
swimmers coming. 200 meters individual medley. 3 Ukrainians taking the start here. The first of them, Marian Kamnetsaya or Efrosinin from Russia, going in lane number 2. Second of the Russians, Sergei Sukharev, he's going in lane number 6. Here's the second of the Ukrainians. Well, it's a figure well known to us, Liz, Yevgeny Bohodaiko. Andrei Trusov, tall figure of Trusov. Mark Malyar. Israeli swimmer, silver medalist at the World Championships last year, ahead of Trusov. Malyar and Trusov, well, see how they go against each other, but don't count out the experienced campaigner Yevgeny Bohodaiko. We talked about the medals that Teresa Perales had won over the years. Well, Bohodaiko, 33 European medals he has won, and he's only 27. Yevgeny Bohodaiko, it seems like he's been around forever, the Ukrainian. Well, there's Andrei Trusov in lane 5. All the swimmers, well, a number of the swimmers being held at the start. Of course, some of the classifications are allowed for their coaches to give them assistance at the start, just to keep them steady. A number of the swimmers in this SM7 event taking advantage of that.
Yeah, a number of these athletes have difficulties with their balance, so in order to get into the right position, obviously they can be held on the block, they obviously can't be pushed in, that would give them advantage, but just to steady them to ensure that they get the best start possible. And you can see a range of techniques, and it is Andrei Trusov leading the way in this butterfly leg, and he's 0.75 seconds ahead of the experienced Bohodaiko up there in lane 3. A great backstroker. 200 meter individual medley has the opportunity to change hands so many times, because you do really need 4 good strokes in order to give yourself the best chance. And there we can see Trusov and Bohodaiko going well, but Mark Malyar's got a very strong second half of the race. It's a world record holder in the 400 meter freestyle, so we know he can finish strongly. And now we see Mark Malyar starting to catch up and come through. There's not a lot in it. Bohodaiko looks like he'll get the touch at the halfway point. He does, 1:12.32 ahead of Mark Malyar, who's 0.47 behind him, and then Trusov just a further 0.2 back again. So as we look into this breaststroke leg now, we can see there's not a lot in it for those 3 white caps. The 2 Ukrainian athletes with Mark Malyar of Israel sandwiched between them. Bohodaiko just at the moment with the slightly better breaststroke, looking strong, but Andrei Trusov is almost stuck on that lane rope, which is difficult when you're swimming breaststroke, because then you catch it and you can get really tangled. But we are in for an exciting final 50 metres as we come into this final turn. A great underwater shot there showing the different strokes, and it is Bohodaiko holding on to that lead at the moment. Trusov and Malyar now will try to charge, but Bohodaiko had a brilliant push off that wall.
Yeah, Bohodaiko, well, he is the reigning world record holder, he's a reigning Paralympic champion, and he is holding off the challenge by Mark Malyar, but Malyar coming back, Trusov coming back as well. Can Bohodaiko hold on here for another European title? He's just about got the edge here as they come under the flags into the red zone now. Bohodaiko is holding on. Is he going to get it? He does. Yevgeny Bohodaiko takes another European title. What a swim that was. Real guts there in the closing stages for the world record holder. Mark Malyar pressed him all the way, but it's silver for the Israeli, and Andrei Trusov was not far behind. But Bohodaiko, well, showing his class in the closing stages there, and he takes another European title, another European medal for Bohodaiko.
Yeah, it was great doing that. You see Mark Malyar catching his breath And the thing, like we said, with the individual medley is you've really got to hold your nerve, you've got to have nerves of steel, and you've got to trust your own process, because different people's strengths come through at various points. But Boadiko, actually, that first half of that last 50 metres really gave himself that chance. That's where he won the race, because he will have been expecting Mark Malia and Andrei Trusov to chase him down, which they did, but he'd done enough. His experience told in the end, and he'll be over the moon with that race. Another athlete who doesn't always show that much emotion. Well, and he has a busy programme, as we know, from all those medals that he's won. But what a great start to what I'm sure is going to be another busy meet for Yevgeny Boadiko of the Ukraine.
There's that final turn. He really got the advantage over the other two with that push off the wall there. Mark Malyar and Andrei Trusov were always playing catch up on that final 50, and Boadiko had just about enough to hold them off. Yevgeny Boadiko, he takes the European title again for Ukraine. Mark Malyar from Israel in the silver medal position, and Andrei Trusov from Ukraine with the bronze. Another great swim there for Boadiko, though. That was impressive, holding on in the closing stages there. He's 6 European Championships, Boadiko, and another gold medal. What a record he's got.
It's incredible, and we will still call him young Boadiko, but 28 years old. Does he still class himself as young? But like you said before, it's like he's been around forever.
He hasn't changed much over the years, facially anyway. Still looks exactly the same as he was about 10 years ago. Excellent stuff. Anyway, the women are coming out for this SM7 class. We saw Isa Anderson-Bo from Sweden. One of my favourite names, Meri Mäkinen from Finland in lane number 1. Katarina Rössler from Germany in 7. Atlanta Estrada Chavez from Spain in lane number 2. So Judith Rolo Marshall from Spain in 6. Rana Shekalova from Russia in lane number 3. And in the centre lanes, we have Giulia Terzi from Italy. She goes in lane number 4. And Anna Hontar from Ukraine in lane number 5. Those two had a good tussle in the heats this morning, with Terzi just getting the advantage over Hontar. They will be the favourites for this one. Judith Rolo Marshall from Spain, just behind Milana Shekalova from Russia in terms of qualification for the 3rd spot. And watch out for the centre lanes again. Range of starts, range of assistance being provided by the coaches in this SM7 200 individual medley final.
Yeah, and it was Judith Rolo Marshall of Spain who got the reaction time there in lane 6 in that pink suit. But now already we see in lane 4, as we saw in the heats this morning, Giulia Terzi of Italy leading out this fly. She'll need to get a good advantage down this butterfly leg, because she knows Anna Hontar's got a great backstroke. But it is Giulia Terzi here that's going very well down this first 50 metres. She will touch after this first leg in the lead, a time of 36.52. She's onto the backstroke, and Anna Hontar 3.12 seconds behind her. And Roland Marshall benefiting from that good reaction time. She turned in 3rd position, but already going well on the backstroke leg is Shelikova of Russia in lane 3. So this exciting race, we know the individual medley has the capability to excite us. So as people play to their strengths, different strokes come to the forefront, and there we can see that white cap of Anna Hontar really starting to use that backstroke to try and claw Terzi back in as we approach the midway point of this event. But it looks like Giulia Terzi is just going to hang on to the lead at the halfway mark. She turns in 1:24.14, but Hontar has managed to cut that lead to just over a second now. And now we are on to the breaststroke leg as Shevakova of of Russia turns in third position.
Yeah, we saw this in the heats this morning. Julia Terzi had a very slender advantage over Anna Hontar. We thought Anna Hontar was going to pull up and overtake the Italian, but it didn't quite happen. Terzi hung on and she had a very strong freestyle. So Anna Hontar knows if she's going to have a chance in this one, she's going to be there or thereabouts at the end of this length. Chekalova going well in third spot. At the moment, the Russian just one up from the black cap of Julia Terzi. Anna Hontar pulling up alongside Julia Terzi now. So Hontar may well just take the advantage as they go into the freestyle, but not going to be much in it. Terzi, very strong freestyler.
Yeah, Hontar is putting a splendid breaststroke leg. As we see that underwater shot, she does just get the touch at the last turn, 0.83 ahead of Terzi, who's now up and into the freestyle and already has started to use that high stroke rate to regain the lead. Going well also is Shilikova in lane 3. She had a great breaststroke, but really now Terzi's freestyle looks very powerful indeed.
Yeah, the long levers of Julia Terzi is taking her home to a gold medal here in this women's 200 metres individual medley in the SM7 class. The gap is extending all the time. It's going to be another gold for Italy. It's gold for Julia Terzi in 3:08.12. Anna Hontar will take the silver, 3:13.00, and the bronze will go to Shekalova of Russia. But what a swim from Julia Terzi, and that time 3:08.12 is a new European record. It has smashed the old mark, which has stood since 2012. Julia Terzi takes the gold in a European record time. Well, great stuff, Liz, from Julia Terzi. Wasn't that just an impressive freestyle?
Yeah, we say so often that with an individual medley, it can go anywhere. The lead can change hands so many times, and it really pays to have that strong freestyle at the end. And that, in the end, was the telling tale. She started well, fantastic butterfly leg, and she finished well, fantastic freestyle leg. She's smiling, and so she should. European record time. Can't ask for more than that, can you?
It was a good European record time as well. Anna Hontar was only 0.2 of a second outside the old European record mark, so that shows you the quality of Anna Hontar's swim as well. But she was really blown away by the Italian in the closing stages of that one. So, the long arms of Julia Terzi. Thought Anna Hontar would have to be alongside Terzi, maybe ahead of Terzi as they got to the end of this breaststroke. She was. The gap was about a second, almost a second between Hontar. She didn't quite spot that finish there, Hontar. But in the end, it was academic because Terzi was away and clear and delighted with that swim. Hontar in second, and the bronze to Milana Shekalova of Russia. Good time for her as well, 3:18. Julia Terzi, in a new European record time, takes the title for the women's 200 metres individual medley. Anna Hontar in second and Milana Shekalova in third. So, another cracking race, Liz. We've had some good ones tonight.
Yeah, you get the close ones, and then you get those individual medleys that are just so exciting because they're loaded. So much can happen in 4 lengths of 4 different strokes with lots of different impairments. It's very exciting, but here we are. More Italians. More Italian victory. You can tell. It's a very excited champion.
And there's Alexei Talai from Belarus, delighted with that medal. I think that's his first major medal, actually. Talai, he was close to his own world record in the SB1 classification. Silver medal, Ioannis Kostakis. Pleased to come away with another major championships with another medal. He's been around for a long time. Kostakis still performing well at the top stage, and the young man Manuel Maragigliano, well, to say he's happy would be an understatement, I think. Swam the race absolutely perfectly, and it's another gold medal to Italy.
Ladies and gentlemen, your medal winners.
Manuel Maragigliano, European champion. Stackers for the silver there, to lie with the bronze. Such a good swim, wasn't it? Great race there between the top two.
Full mix there, wasn't there? Experience, relative youth. Just exciting. Great to see Italy get a medal swimming upper class.
Do you know what I'm missing, Liz? The mascots. Wonder if there's a mascot.
You do love a mascot, don't you?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say the donuts or the pastries.
Oh no, they're taken care of. Only during the national anthems we can switch our mics off.
And eat your donut.
That would be giving away the secrets. Next medal ceremony. Another great race that we saw there. Another close race, close contest. There's Andreas Ehrenhofer. He's delighted with that medal performance. That's what he came for. Medal for the Austrian team. Bronze medal around his neck. Efrem Morelli, silver this time. Trying to continue his run of victories in the major championships. It was a good time for him. His fastest of the year. He was beaten by this man, Roman Zadanov. He's been around for a few years now, Zadanov. He's got the back in Funchal, back on top of the medal podium.
Ladies and gentlemen, your medal winners.
Russian national anthem again. And we should have been keeping a tally of medals, Liz.
We should have.
That's
Maybe I have been. Maybe I have been.
Oh,
So
well, that's it. Can't see you.
Yeah, exactly,
See, look at that.
exactly. I think I've got 2
Impressive.
for Russia, 5 for Italy, 2 for Spain, and 1 for Belarus. But I'm basing it on as we do the medal ceremonies.
Ah. Yeah, that's good.
Is that okay? Is that all right for you?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, yeah. You carry on.
See, we might be apart, but I know my place.
Oh dear.
I might be wrong as well, so you know.
No, it'll be right. It'll be right. I've got faith. Well, a few more countries to come in these later events as well. Medal,
Yeah.
gold medal for Switzerland. We got a gold medal for Brazil as well.
Yeah.
European medal, of course, going to Russia. And more Italians, of course.
Some opportunity for some different countries as well coming up. All very exciting.
Men's 50 freestyle at the S11 class. The S11 class, of course, are those swimmers who have no vision at all, will be wearing blacked out goggles. So there's always things that can happen in the S11 class. You've got to get it absolutely right, especially on a 50 freestyle. Combine a 50 freestyle with the S11 class and anything can happen. Viktor Smirnov, well, experienced campaigner from Ukraine, 5 gold medals in Athens in 2004 at the Paralympics. Marco Menezes from Portugal, he goes in lane number 7, he's third in his heat today. There's the reigning European champion, he's taken the title twice, Igor Zutilao from Belarus. Jose Ramon Cantero Elvira from Spain, looking to force his way onto the medal podium. Kaleo Serbin, 17-year-old from Ukraine. Wojciech Makowski, Polish swimmer, one of the favourites coming into this, but what a swim that we saw from this man, Edgaras Matakas from Lithuania. Can he take this European title? What a heat swim that he did today. Just a small margin away from the European record held by Enhamed Enhamed, set back in Beijing in 2008. Matakas will certainly be gunning for that one. Time 25.82 for Enhamed Enhamed, European record. Matakas, very impressive. Can he claim a European title? He was world champion back in 2017. This is a quality field. Makowski in lane 5, Matakas in lane 4. Asking the swimmers to stand down. It's not going to be easy.
There's lots of variables in the S11 category, and Matakas this morning, he had near enough the perfect race. He found that lane rope straight up as he broke the surface of the water, and then he swam in a brilliantly straight line, and he nailed the finish as well, finishing on a full stroke. So he'll be looking to replicate that this evening to challenge that European time, and who knows, that world record is only half a second quicker, so we'll see.
Matakas in lane 4, Makowski in lane 5. They will be the favourites for this one. Makowski, that white hat, Matakas, they're going for the lane rope already very, very quickly. Straight there, into the lead. Matakas also going well as Cantero Elvira from Spain. But it looks like Matakas has got the edge here, and he's bringing them home. It could be a gold to Lithuania. Edgaras Matakas ahead of the field, a body length ahead of everyone else, and he is going to take this one in that time, 26.05 for Matakas. He will take the gold medal. Makowski 1.3 seconds behind, he will take the silver. And the bronze, it's very close contest indeed, but it does go to Michelo Serbin from Ukraine in the bronze medal position. And Matakas, well, he attacked that from the start, Liz, and it was never really in doubt as they got to the halfway point.
No, he looked strong again. It was almost a replication of his heat swim, like we said, with the S11 athletes. And on a 50-metre freestyle especially, there's so little room for error. And one little change in direction or change in the time that you find that lane line for those S11 athletes who obviously have no vision at all. can be the telling sign. And we saw like down the other end of the pool, Cantero Oliveira going very well for Spain, but he then just got tangled on his lane rope, and then that set him back. But Matakas, he'll be pleased with the victory, pleased with two very good times here that he's put in today. That bodes well for a summer Paralympic Games outing. We'll see what he can do there.
It's a great reaction as well to the gun, wasn't it? He was away, probably ahead of anyone else in that field. And a good finish. The tappers doing their job at the end here, and Matakas. Clear victory for Lithuania's Edgaras Matakas, with Makowski of Poland in second and Serbin from Ukraine in third. And it was tight at the end there. Cantero Elvira 27.96, just 0.2 of a second behind the bronze medal position. I think the S11 classes, Liz, we always love to watch them, don't we? So much can go wrong, and it's real quality as well, all the way through the S11 class, and they're really, really top athletes, aren't they?
Yeah, and it's racing at its ultimate, isn't it? Because they can't see their competition. So you know that when they get that perfect race, that really is the edge of what they're capable of. So there's so much that can change in an S11 event. Like I said, tappers, just getting off the block slightly wrongly, finding that lane rope, if you find the same lane rope as the athlete in the lane next to you, then quite often you see athletes swimming pretty much synchronized swimming, and they might get their arms tangled. There's a lot of added things to consider as an S11 swimmer, making your way down the pool as fast as you can.
Yeah, tappers play a very important role in the S11 class, that's for sure. Letting the swimmers know where the finish is. Tatia Kaltanazdi of Georgia, you saw her going through. First of the three Ukrainians is Jana Bereshna, going in lane number 2. Tatiana Blatanova from Slovakia, she goes in lane number 6. Sofia Polikarpova from Russia in lane number 3. And 2 Ukrainians in the centre lane again. Katerina Kachuk, she goes in lane number 5 next to the world champion Marina Podobna, who goes in that centre lane in lane number 4. Marina Podobna, again quite an experienced campaigner. She's won a few medals at the major championships, and certainly in the last couple of years she's really come to the fore in the 50 freestyle. Podobna winning the European title in 2018, also winning the world title last year.
Yes, she seems to have found that consistency that has meant that the results have started to come for her.
Swimmer trying to find the edge of the block. It's a long hold. I think it was the Russian swimmer, I think, Liz Polikarpova, just trying to find the... You've got to orientate yourself on the end of that block. If you dive in and you're not straight in an S11 race, that's it, especially on a 50.
Absolutely. You can see it's worth it because, like we said, direction is everything. And there we see that black hat of Marina Podobna. There she goes. She found that lane rope on the right, and that's what she's got better and better at as she's had more and more experiences. She always used to show that she had the speed, but now she's got the consistency of the direction that she's travelling in, and she's got a great lead there over Kachuk in the red cap, also of Ukraine.
And into the last 5 now. It looks like Podubna's going to take the title again. Yes, 31.80 for Marina Podubna. And it's Polikarpova in second place. Well, she managed to fix herself at the start there, and that has paid dividends. Kachuk in third spot in 33.01. It was close for second and third, but it is Podubna who will take the title again in 31.80. So good swim there from Marina Podubna. She will take that one ahead of Polikarpova in second and Katarina Kachuk in third.
Yeah, and it just shows how much can happen on a 50 metres freestyle for S11 athletes. There you can see them all looking for the lane, and it was Kachuk that was going very well into that final 5 metres, and it was just at the end there that Polikarpova came through to get that touch by 0.2 of a second. Just, it came right down to that finishing touches and making sure you don't get tangled on the lane rope. I cannot say that enough in these S11 races, but Marina Podubna there taking a victory, a full second ahead of the rest of the field and looking very strong.
Kachuk just catching the wall there at the end, almost with her elbow in that finish. Not sure if that was her touching hand, but she really went for it into that wall, and that could mean the difference between winning the silver medal and the bronze. But Marina Podubna, no doubt about that one, she's the champion again.
Yeah, these SF11 athletes, they have different techniques to ensure that they cover off the racing. So yes, they have the tappers at the end, but they also work very closely on their stroke counts and their stroke rates. And if you just get a bit of an extra adrenaline push, or something changes and you manage to get a little bit more distance per stroke, then all of a sudden that throws everything out. And as you say, Paul, it might mean that you then don't finish on a full hand, because we talk about swimming a lot, we talk about spotting the wall, but that doesn't necessarily mean seeing it with your eyes. That means basically making sure that you finish it on a full stroke.
Yeah, you kind of get used to that, don't you? Try to finish on a full stroke. It's kind of drilled into you in training. I'm sure it's no different to the S11 swimmers, just maybe a little bit difficult. And then medal presentation time. Again. There we saw a close race for silver and bronze medal positions. There's Karina Alderson of Denmark, I said the Paralympic champion back in 2008 in Beijing. And there's Marta Fernandez Infante from Spain. She took that out very, very well from an outside lane, but lane 2. It was always going to be a very tight final, that one. But the winner from Ukraine, Marina Verbova, she takes the gold medal here in Funchal. Medalists. I'm sure they'll be very happy. It's a while since Karina Lauritzen has been on the medal podium. I think she must have stopped competing I think it was probably before the London Paralympic Games. Probably must be about 10 years ago or so that we last saw her in the pool. She's back, obviously trying to make her way to the Tokyo Games, another Paralympic Games appearance for her for Denmark. And this was a cracking race, Liz, wasn't it? This S6 100 back.
Yeah, and imagine all athletes on this podium, all smiles behind those masks. Nobody swam badly.
Antonio Fantine taking that bronze medal. It was a real head-to-head at the front of the field. Dino Sinovcic led for part of the race. Just overtaken at that turn. Final turn there by Laurent Chardard. And the Frenchman Chardard just able to hold on as they came down that final 50. Real tough race, tough competitor. And he takes the European gold.
Ladies and gentlemen, your medal winners.
Well, that was a great race, and Laurent Chardard over the moon with that time to win the men's 100 metres backstroke S6 event. Dino Sinovcic, he swam very well as well to take that silver medal, so he can't be disappointed, the Croatian. And then Antonio Fantine picking up the bronze for Italy. That was one of the exciting races of this evening.
It was indeed, and again it's going to be another exciting race on its way now. This is going to be very quick fire, this one. It's the men's 50 freestyle S10. It's one of the closest races I think we had at the London World Championships. Only a matter of hundredths of a second separating the top swim. Again, quite a, might say, for this one.
Yeah, I think this is one of those races that it's never separated by that many. We have people regularly missing the podiums at all major championships in this men's 50 metres freestyle S10 event by hundredths of a second.
Well, just waiting for the swimmers to make their way out. Two Spanish swimmers in this one. Two Italians. One Russian, one Ukrainian. One Belgian. Oh, two Russians in fact. One Ukrainian and a Belgian. The oldest man in the field is Spain's David Levesque. Can he produce something? He's been on the medal podium before. He's been a European champion, David Levesque, before. 2009, 2011. Can he get another medal? There's Jano Tiernens from Belgium just going through. Sergio Vaquero Asenio from Spain in lane number 1. Riccardo Minciotti. Italian swimmer going in lane number 7. First of the two Italians, Dimitri Bardasinski goes in lane number 2. David Levesque. There is David Levesque, the experienced man from Spain. Get on the podium again. Stefano Raimondi, world champion. took that world title again by a matter of hundredths of a second. Dmitry Grigorev goes in lane 5, the Russian, who had an outstanding European Championships back in 2014. And there is the Paralympic champion and reigning European champion, Maxim Krypak of Ukraine. Well, Liz, who's going to take this one? Nothing in it, I would say, between them.
We keep saying danger everywhere. Maxim Krypak has put in a really fast time earlier this year. He's flirted with the world record, so he'll be looking to capitalise on that again tonight.
It's Grigorev, closest to us from Russia. Maxim Krypak, and they will be in the 2 yellow lanes in the middle, and they are away. And good start there from Krypak and Raimondi as well. 1 lane up from Krypak. It's Krypak and Raimondi. It's very difficult to see from this angle. It's splash all over the pool, but it looks like Krypak and Raimondi, the red cap of Krypak, maybe just has the edge. Raimondi is giving absolutely everything, but it is going to be Krypak, I think. 23.53. Sensational time for Maxim Krypak. He becomes the European champion again. It is Stefano Raimondi in silver medal position on this occasion, 23.74, and Grigorev will take the bronze for Russia, 24.58. But what a battle between these two, Liz. Maxim Krypak and Stefano Raimondi.
Yes, Stefano Raimondi, they got a brilliant reaction time off the block. He was up and into his race, but there was really nothing to separate him and Krypak as they went down the majority of that length. It was only in that final stage that Maxim Krypak just managed to get the touch, the Paralympic champion, ahead of the world champion. And he'll be pleased to get the victory. Often we see with these close races, it's not about the times, it is about the medal position, because like I said before the race, so often in this event particularly, we see the athletes just miss the podium by fractions of a second, and that happened to Maxim Krypak at the World Championships in London, and then he came back to have a stellar meet in all other events, and you can just see there, he just edged ahead in those final few metres.
Maxim Krypak retains his European title ahead of Stefano Raimondi, with Dmitry Grigorev in the bronze medal position. And straight on to the women's event. The women's S10. 3 Spaniards in this one. We saw Francisca Castro head out to the podium there. That's the German swimmer. Cosima Reinicki. There's the French swimmer Emmeline Pierre. We missed some of the swimmers coming out in these early lanes. Fernando Santos looking to get on the medal podium. She's out there in lane number 3. Susanna Cole had a very good heat swim. She goes in lane 5. One to beat, Alessia Scotticini from Italy, fastest qualifier. I wonder if she can retain that top spot. Here's the full lineup. Julia Benito de Tena and Francisca Castro in the outside lanes. We missed Jenna Ralhamley come out for Finland. The centre lane seeing Scotticini and Susanna Cole. Susanna Cole, a very good heat swim. The Estonian, can she continue that good form?
Well, Scotticini there with the black hat going well. She got a good start, but 1 lane up from how it was. Hernandez Santos of Spain using that underwater, the fly specialist going very well, but now it is Scotticini, the Italian, in lane 4, starting to edge ahead of the rest of the field. Susanna Cole going very well for Estonia.
Yeah, Scotticini looks like she's going to take this one. Keep an eye on the clock. 28.71 for Scorticini for Italy. Susanna Cole in second, not far behind, 0.6 of a second is the difference between the top two. And in third spot, well, that will go to France. Emmeline Pierre will get the bronze medal, 29.73, just ahead of Isabel Hernando Santos. And she's very, very pleased, the French swimmer there in the white cap. Scorticini, well, she was the favourite and she lived up to that favourite billing. 28.71 for Scorticini. She takes the title. Clear win there for Scorticini. She takes that one. Susanna Cole gave her a good run for her money there. Scorticini taking it by 0.6 of a second. Scorticini takes the gold for Italy. Susanna Cole the silver for Estonia, and Emmeline Pierre takes the bronze for France. It's another medal for the Italians. The first medal, I think, for the Estonians. I'm sure that is. It's good to see some other countries getting on the medal podium.
You're right, but right now I've only got the gold medals. I'm only keeping the gold medal tally. But I can come back tomorrow with the rest.
That's right. Yeah, that's your mission if you decide to accept it.
Hopefully somewhere there's a statistician that's compiling a table for me. I doubt it. But so
There normally is somewhere.
hope you're listening, whoever you are.
For medal presentations now. As we go to the women's 100 backstroke S6. Another cracking race, this one. You didn't know where to look across the pool for the medalists in this one. Bronze medalists from Ukraine. There's Elizaveta Mareshko. Back in Funchal again. She had a great European Championships last time it was here. She started well this time. Watch out for her in the freestyle. Verena Schultz, what an excellent time that she did. 1:22.75 for the German. A lifetime's best. She couldn't have done any more. But it was a young lady in the outside lane, Nora Meister, took the gold for Switzerland. Great performance from Nora Meister.
Ladies and gentlemen, your medalists.
See the flag of Switzerland on the board? On the virtual flags that they had?
Oh,
and there's that podium's gone again.
It's gone again. Same one. Maybe they need sandbags.
Flag of
or something.
Switzerland.
Go on, you've got your Switzerland flag.
Because flag of
Hit me
Switzerland
with it.
is the only, I think it's the only square flag in the world, or there might be two, but it's one of them. All the rest are rectangular, apart from the pole, which is a double triangle.
There it is.
I would normally be able to see your face at this point. It's difficult.
I'm still smiling with you, laughing with you.
Yes, right, okay, I believe you. Medal ceremony now for the men's 200 freestyle. The S14 class. There is Kuliabin, just the European medals, of course, that they are presenting. Here, you saw the Brazilian swimmer on the top spot. He will take the open medal. Kuliabin the bronze. Tom Hamer from Great Britain, silver medalist. He was the champion last time in Dublin. This time it is Vyacheslav Emeliantsev. He'll take the gold for Russia. Swam an excellent race. Emeliantsev a few lanes away from Tom Hamer in the race and timed his finish absolutely perfectly to take that European title.
Ladies and gentlemen, your medal winners.
I'll record in the moment. Oh, he's mobile, Emeliantsev.
It's got to send it somewhere, hasn't it? We would have been in the pool with him, maybe, sending the video back so they get the full experience.
It's a shame to see the pool so empty. We know the reason for it. I do remember the atmosphere the last time in 2016 was excellent for the finals. But swimmers are doing a good job, you have to say, Liz, don't you? They're putting in the performances tonight. Seen some really close races and some excellent times for a number of the swimmers. You haven't let us down.
No, and the only people allowed in the pool for finals are those that are actually competing. So those athletes that aren't racing tonight can't even come to the venue and support their team. So there really is a very different atmosphere for these athletes racing, but nonetheless, they are rising to the occasion.
So the men's 100 backstroke S12. Swimmers are on their way out now. We have 7 swimmers in this one. Artur Saputinov, it's the first one you saw in lane 1. Vladimir Sotnikov for Belarus goes in lane 7. Maxim Shishkev from Belarus, second Belarusian swimmer, goes in lane number 2. Shalamapos Tiganidis, experienced Greek swimmer, over in lane 6. Sergei Klipper coming out in lane number 3. We have in lane number 5 Roman Makarov representing Russia, and in the centre lane Raman Salai representing Azerbaijan. So a real representation from Eastern Europe here. Raman Salai, man with the fastest entry time. We didn't see a heat swim for this one in the heat session this morning. This is the S12 class, swimmers with a visual impairment. Raman Salai trying to get another medal at the major championship. She was second in the Paralympic Games, second in the World Championship. Roman Makarov, we just saw there, what a record he has in the big events. 4 times a Paralympic champion in butterfly, 100 fly. Also a good backstroker as well. Salahi will start as the favourite. Sergei Klipper also may feature. And Makarov. The 3 middle lanes will be the favourites. And Tighanidis from Greece, 40 years of age now, medalist back in his home Paralympic Games in Athens in 2004. What can he do from lane 6?
Yeah, Tighanidis always gets a good start, and there really is experience and depth all over this field. And going well is that white cap of Raman Saleh in lane 4 of Azerbaijan. Look, he's got a strong stroke. He got a silver medal at the World Championships in 2019. No Denisenko here, who is the world and European champion, so the crown will go elsewhere, and it doesn't look at the moment like Saleh has a commanding lead. Also going well at the top of the picture is Brezhkovich of Belarus, but now there is really a charge behind to try and catch Raman Saleh.
And I don't think they are going to catch Raman Saleh. He is coming home now into the red zone. He's going to take this title. Raman Saleh will take the title for Azerbaijan. In second place is Vashkovich. That's a bit of a shot getting in ahead of Makarov and Sergei Klipper. But there is the champion. Raman Saleh takes that one in a time of 101.57, just outside his best time of the season. And in second place is Maxim Vashkovich from Belarus, and in third spot Roman Makarov from Russia. But a good dominant victory there for the Azerbaijan swimmer Raman Saleh.
Yeah, there was a bit of a blanket, wasn't there, behind Raman Saleh. No doubt who's going to take the victory, but Vashkovich should be really happy with his medal from lane 2. I mean, two seconds quicker than his, almost 3 seconds quicker than his entry time. So, you know, we've said about that, people rising to the occasion from the outside lanes. That's exactly what happened here tonight.
Yeah, Raman Saleh, clear victory there. He knew it, he didn't have to see the scoreboard. These swimmers not be able to see their times on the scoreboard, but looking around, I think he was pretty sure he was ahead of the rest of the field there as he turned round. Raman Saleh takes the title in 101.57. Maxim Vashkovich in silver medal position, 102.90. Roman Makarov takes the bronze. Next event is on their way out. It's the women's event, not the men's. As the caption said there, Shmekakova from Kazakhstan was the first swimmer you saw in lane number 1. Katarina Chuda from Slovakia in 2. You saw Nila Labuda from Germany in 3. There's Irina Matlow from Ukraine, goes in lane number 4. Alicia Berra back in the water again, goes in lane number 3. Maria Delgado Nadal goes in lane number 5 for Spain. Daria Piklova for Russia back in the water again. It's 2 finals in quick succession here for Alicia Berra and Daria Piklova, because they are swimming up as S13s in the 100 butterfly event. So 2 big events for them in the one night, Liz.
Yeah, and that happens sometimes. We've seen a couple of the other athletes, some of the men in the SB9 100 breaststroke and then the S10 50 freestyle, but they will have trained for this, so they will just seen it as a warm-up for this event. Both in very good form, so let's see what they can do in this 100 metres backstroke.
Yeah, Alicia Berra and Daria Piklova and Maria Delgado Nadal all been medalists at the big championships before. Maria Delgado Nadal was silver medalist last time in Dublin. Can she go one better? She's 1 lane down from Daria Pikolova, so it's lanes 4 and 5 out to an early lead here. Pikolova looking good with that white cap.
Yeah, Pikolova and Delgado Nadal pretty evenly matched on that underwater phase, but now we can see that they're up in the stroke. Is Daria Pikolova, the Russian athlete in lane 4, who started to open up a lead. She's got a body length lead as we see as she comes in to the turn here. In the S12 category, some athletes getting tapped into the turn, some athletes choosing not to, and it is Pikolova who's in the lead at this stage. 32.62 for her, ahead of 33.73 for Delgado Nadal, and then Alessia Vera is in that third position, 36.36. But Pikolova looking really, really strong here as she go into the final 15 metres.
Yeah, she's won a silver medal at the last 2 European Championships prior to Dublin, and she's going to take gold this time in 107.85, an excellent time for Daria Pikolova. She takes it 2.89 seconds ahead of Maria Delgado Nadal from Spain. She will take the silver, and Alessia Vera adds another medal to her tally, taking the bronze in 1:15.53. Excellent time there. Great swim from Pikolova though. Really, really excellent demonstration of backstroke swimming, certainly in that second 50. She absolutely powered down the second half of that race.
Yeah, she just got stronger and stronger. Her swim speed was really impressive in that, and that's the fastest time in the world this year for Daria Pikolova. And she looked comfortable, and she looks like she's enjoying her swimming at the moment.
Yeah, you see there, clear water between Pikolova and Delgado Nadal. They were well clear of the rest of the field. Alessia Vera coming in there for the bronze medal position. So the gold goes to Daria Pikolova of Russia. Maria Delgado Nadal taking that silver with Alessia Vera in the bronze medal spot. Another swimmer, Pikolova, we've seen over the past few years, always had a great rivalry with Great Britain's Hannah Russell. Certainly at the European Championships, they were always going head to head. That may well be renewed when they get to Tokyo.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It's like you read my mind. We don't even need to be in the same place.
It's only day 1.
No, true.
There we go. Back in the groove already. There we go.
You'll be finishing my sentences by the end of tomorrow.
Yeah. So next one, we're back to the medal presentations now. The first time that we hear the Great Britain national anthem for Jessica Jane Applegate in this S14 200 metres freestyle. Spain picking up another medal. They've got quite a number of medals tonight. Michelle Alonso Morales, watch out for her in the breaststroke event. Won all the major titles in breaststroke, Michelle Alonso Morales. Pernilla Lindberg, world champion in 2017. She hung on to Jessica Jane Applegate here. At one point we thought she was going to challenge Applegate, but Jessica Jane was just too strong in the closing stages of that 200 freestyle. And for the first time she's at the top of the European podium for 200 freestyle. Jessica Jane Applegate is the champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, your medal winners.
Now Jessica Jane Applegate takes that one. First time we've heard the British national anthem. Great Britain, a relatively small team this time, Liz, haven't they?
Yeah, they've only brought 9 athletes, and I think, you know, we see it again. There's a lot of the Dutch athletes are not here, and a lot of, again, because of the global pandemic and because of the way the world is working right now, a lot of countries have adapted their selection processes, and a lot of athletes have already pre-qualified, and have just made that decision not to travel, I guess, and stay at home and get some consistent training in. And different athletes have different reasons for doing so. I know a lot of the athletes here have come to either chase a qualifying time or to prove fitness and just get back into some international racing before Tokyo 2020, 2021.
Here in this is, you know, Andrei Trusov we saw in the bronze medal position. Title, Evgeny Bordaiko, gold medalist again, really successful swimmer over the years. Evgeny Bordaiko, multiple events he does. Tour de Daye, one of his specialities, he's a champion again.
Ladies and gentlemen, your medal winners.
So Bordaiko, another title, Liz?
Yeah, like we said, he's only 28, but we feel like we've seen him race so well and collect so many medals on every stage, European, World and Paralympic, for a number of years now. He's really understated, isn't he, as well? Like he's like he doesn't give away much emotion. He just goes about his business.
Does, and it kind of in that middle class, kind of that S7 class, he's been an important man for the Ukrainian relay squad over the years, because he kind of fits into both the relays. You have the 34-point relay and the 20-point relay based on the classifications of the swimmers and the points that they have. And Bordaiko's featured in both of them, which is why his medal tally is so high over the years, because Ukraine have great strength and depth over the classes, always very successful in the relay squads, and Bordaiko's essentially doubling up his relay medals every major championships.
Yeah,
so that's helpful, isn't it, Liz?
Yeah, it's always an extremely busy program, hasn't it? And I think we said it with Ihar Boki as well. They reserve the energy when they're not in the pool, because otherwise they'd struggle to make it to the end of the meet.
So I think it's the final two races, the final two swimming action that we're going to see tonight, and it is the men's under breaststroke SB4. So Konstantinos Karadousas for Greece got 7, Bashar Halabi in the number 2 for Israel. There's Stefan Fuhrer again in the water. Cesco Bocciardo, he's back again. Those two gold and silver medalists in the 50 freestyle earlier. There's Antonio Zapatakis, Greek swimmer, a medalist at the major championships before. There's Dmitry Chernayev, world champion from 2019. Can he add the European title to that mark? Got 6 swimmers making a start for this one. Didn't see a heat this morning. Well, difficult to tell how these swimmers are going to shape up. We do know that Bocciardo and Stefan Furrer with that 50 freestyle swims are in great form. Can they add another medal in this 100 breaststroke? Chernaev, the 21-year-old, won the title last year in London. In fact, I say last year, 2 years ago now. Antonios Zapatakis. They are going from the block.
Yeah, Zapatakis there starting from the block, as did Halabi for Israel up in lane 2. You can see it is Zapatakis, who's got no hat, no goggles, doing very well down this first 50 metres. He'll be looking to get that advantage. She's going very well with that high stroke rate. There's the blue swimsuit on. But there's a big race on behind him. Nothing to separate the three athletes. Chasing him down, Francesco Bocciardo, Dmitry Chernaev and Stefan Furrer. But it is at the moment Zapatakis who's leading as we go into the final 5 metres of this first 50 metres. The question will be, will he be able to hold this pace, or will he start to pay the price in the second 50? Because you can see that he's only propelling himself with his arms, and his forearms will start to burn. Chernaev 2.63 seconds back, and then Bocciardo almost another 2 seconds further back again. But now Bocciardo looks like he's trying to go with Chernaev as they come up onto the shoulder of Zapatakis, who's starting to get caught in this final section of the race.
Well, Zapatakis went out really, really fast, but he has been caught by Dmitry Chernaev, the world champion. And Bocciardo also coming back on the Greek swimmer as well. And Chernaev now is stretching away at the front of the field. I don't think it's going to be Zapatakis who's going to take him on. I think it might be Bocciardo, if anybody, but I don't think anyone is going to get near in these closing stages. It is going to be Chernaev who's going to bring them home. He's going to come in a time of 1:45.84. It is Bocciardo in second place. 4 seconds was the margin at the end. And Zapatakis, well, he took it out really fast, but you said it, Liz, he paid the price coming back, really.
Yeah, Zapatakis had a great first 50 metres. He was definitely testing out maybe his front end speed and that strength and power. And then you just saw it was Chernaev who just reeled him back in. Chernaev looked like one of his goggle straps came off, and he was swimming with a goggle strap round his chin, which is always a bit distracting, especially on breaststroke. But Chernaev there, be very happy with that victory. Bocciardo's Chernaev, the second fastest time in the world this year, behind Moses Fuentes Garcia of Colombia, who did that time in Italy. So great swimming. Everything's moving in the right direction for these athletes to set up a great race at the Paralympic Games in the summer. But there is Zapatakis. He had a great 50 metres, but then he hit that wall, and then that momentum that he had going down that first 50 seemed to elude him. But now you can see the goggle strap of Chernaev just bouncing around. So frustrating when that happens as an athlete.
Yeah, that's not going to be easy for Chernaev, but he gets home in a time of 1:45.84. Dmitry Chernaev is the European champion. Francesco Bocciardo, silver medalist this time for the Italian. Antonio Zapatakis hangs on for the bronze medal for Greece. Yeah, Zapatakis there. Well, it was a tactic for the Greek swimmer. He was testing himself, testing the opposition. Didn't quite pay off, but it did get him a medal at the end of the day. So Zapatakis, I'm sure, will be back. One of the great contests in this class was Zapatakis, Daniel Diaz, Moses Fuentes Garcia. You know, they all had really great battles at the major championships over the past decade or so.
Yeah, they all swim the event very differently. As I'm sure we're about to see again. This final event of the evening.
Yeah, Monica Boggioni back in again after her swim earlier. There's her teammate Giulia Giretti. And the world champion from Hungary, Faniulis. She goes in lane number 4. We just missed the entrance of Natalia Chavel from Belarus. Only 4 swimmers in this particular event. 2 Italians, 1 Hungarian, 1 from Belarus. All the green, red and whites on their national flag. There's Faniulis. Yeah, again, Faniulis and Giulia Giretti have had some great battles over the last little while. Giulia Giretti has been a silver medalist in the last 3 European Championships. She'd love to go one better. Faniulis is probably the one to beat the world and European champion. Here she is.
Yeah, we'll see a range of techniques here as we go down this first 50 metres. And Faniulis really has come of age, the 29-year-old, in the last few years, really found her form, found her rhythm, and European champion in Dublin, world champion in London. She's going very well here down this first 50 metres. You can see Giulia Giretti, that nice flat breaststroke. She's another Italian, breathing to the side. We've seen that technique a lot from the Italian athletes who don't have any use of their lower limbs to minimise that resistance that they create when they come up to breathe. You see Faniulis here going into the wall. She'll get the touch at that 50-metre mark. She'll turn in 51.14, Giulia Giretti 52.75, and then Monica Boggioni, second Italian athlete, 54.34. And actually, Chaval turning in 58.6. So there's not a lot in it, but Faniulis now leading that spearhead as it starts to develop as we go into the final 35 metres. Those 3 black hats bobbing up and down, but you can see there a great shot of Giulia Giretti breathing to the side and how it means that her stroke does not get interrupted at all.
Well, Faniulis has retained the advantage that she had in somewhere about 50 metres ago ahead of Giulia Giretti, and looks like she's going to hold on to that right to the finish here. Faniulis on her way to another European title for Hungary. She's into the flags now. Giulia Giretti giving everything she's got, trying to get to that top spot. She's not going to make it because Faniulis will take the title. 1:49.02. Giulia Giretti 2.32 seconds behind, and Monica Boggioni makes it another medal in this one for Italy, getting into the bronze medal position. But Faniulis had the early advantage and she held on to it all the way through. She has retained her title. Faniulis will take the gold with another silver medal for Giulia Giretti. So a nice little head-to-head to finish off the swimming action. Stay with us though, we have more medal presentations to come. Giulia Giretti and Faniulis just separated by a small margin at halfway. Probably around about a second and a half. There wasn't much more in it at the finish. Maybe just slightly bigger advantage for Faniulis as she came in. Giretti getting another silver medal, and Monica Boggioni for the bronze. Here's the confirmed result. Faniulis takes the European title for Hungary. It's bronze and silver for Italy, with Giretti taking second place, Boggioni third. So a nice way to finish the swimming action, Liz.
Yeah, some close races. We've been treated to some really exciting events tonight, and now we have the medal ceremonies to round things out.
Step 7 ceremony for the women. This is another cracking race as well. Bronze medalist is the Russian swimmer, 16 years of age, Milana Shekalova. Anna Hontar, just 17 years of age. She's been around for a few years though, Anna Hontar. Still only 17 years of age. He takes a silver medal. And a great time for Anna Hontar. An even better time for Giulia Terzi. New European record set by Italian Giulia Terzi. 3:08.12, smashing the old mark. Just stood since 2012.
Ladies and gentlemen, your medal winners.
How's the tally looking, Liz, for the Italians at the moment?
I have it that they've got 6, well they've had 6 gold medals awarded as per our ceremonies, you know. And like I said, I'll check again at the end of the proceedings.
A few more to come for the Italians. And the next ceremony is the 50 freestyle for the S11 class. I'd love to check out the records, but I'm not sure we've ever had a Lithuanian European champion before. Kelo Serbin, bronze medalist from Ukraine. Serbin, that's Wojciech Markowski, one of the favourites for this one. Pleased with his silver medal. What about this man? Great couple of swims that he had. Garis Montakas taking the gold for Lithuania.
Ladies and gentlemen, your medal winners.
Well, not an anthem that we hear too often, Liz, at the major championships.
No, and we've been treated to a range of anthems this evening, which has been, it's always nice to see as many countries as possible getting onto the top step of that podium. Our count is 9 at the moment, or 9.
9, right? Good.
9 different countries to now.
Right. That's good. The spread of medals. Yeah, I can't. The Lithuanians had some swimmers, you know, in the kind of previous version of the European Championships back in the 90s, I think. I'm not sure any of them made the top spot. They did have a medalist in Iceland, I think, in 2009, but Takis may well be the first Lithuanian champion that we've seen in para-swimming European Championships. And he deserved
Showed
it,
some
definitely.
promise. Oh, tonight he did. That heat swim was incredible, and I'm glad he was able to back it up. We did see him. We did hear his national anthem, World Championships back in Mexico, but I think you might be right. That was the last time we might have been treated to such sounds.
The winner of the bronze medal representing Ukraine.
So the S11 women's events. There's Katarina Kachuk. That bronze medal performance. That's a really close contest between Kachuk and Polikarpova from Russia. Just getting that second spot by 0.2 of a second. No doubt about the winner. Someone who's made this event her own in recent years, Marina Padovna, taking another title. 31.80, she won it by just over a second. Marina Padovna, the champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, your medal winners.
Yes, 11 swimmers wait for their guides to guide them off the podium.
Could be the view, or could be our view. I mean, I know that is a poster, but still, if you go the other side of that glass, the beautiful coastline, that is what we will see.
Post. Yeah, quite high up, isn't it, on the island? Excellent facility. Here's the S10 swimmers, medalists for the 50 freestyle. Some familiar faces on the podium here, Les, Dmitry Grigorev.
You can see him smiling there. They say you don't know that your eyes, even with a mask on, your eyes give you away, and you can tell he's really happy to be back on that podium.
Silver this time for Raimondi. Couldn't quite get the better of Maxim Krypak. A close contest between these two. We could hardly see it from the camera angle. The amount of splash that the swimmers were creating as they went to the final stages of that 50 freestyle. Maxim Krypak takes it. Excellent time, excellent win for the Ukrainian. Nice close-up shot of the medals there, Liz. That's another thing we'll miss. We won't see the medals unless we, unless we meet someone when they come home.
They look pretty big, don't they? Like, they're a good size. Always nice to get a good medal.
It is indeed. Always one of the traditions of an event. We have to get a mascot and we have to have a look at the medal. Maybe get a picture taken one. It's not going to happen, unfortunately.
You and the mascot. Maybe they haven't even got a mascot, I don't know.
Yeah, well, possibly. Oh, another smiling swimmer on the podium. Emmeline Pierre from France. Susanna Cowell, she takes a silver medal. She's very pleased with that. Gave the winner, Alessia Scotticini, pretty good battle there in this 50 freestyle. Scotticini takes the gold for Italy. Another one to add to the Italian tally. First medal, I think, for Estonia. And another medal for France.
Ladies and gentlemen, gold medal winners.
And moving on the medal presentations list, I know that part of the protocols they have around COVID. No presenters, of course.
Yeah, it's nice that the athletes still. Oh, I was just going to say, it's really nice that the athletes still get to get a medal there. It is a big part of it for them, you know, they've worked hard. So, but yeah, they've definitely speeded up the process and minimised the amount of time that you spend with anybody else.
Of course, the athletes still getting to celebrate and to hear their anthem. We saw Roman Makarov, Maxim Vasiljevic, and the winner Raman Salai. That was the men's 100 backstroke S12 presentation. And we are another anthem. That is that a 10th country list?
Yeah, it is indeed another country added to the list.
See, I was paying
Great to
attention.
see. Yeah, exactly. It's great to see the depth. Maybe you can take over the role line tomorrow. You can keep count.
Oh, right, okay. So give me some warning.
I've got this.
The women's equivalent now, the S1200 backstroke. And a couple of returning medalists, second medals of the night. Alicia Berra taking the bronze here in this 100 backstroke. Silver medalist Maria Delgado Nadal. The Spanish swimmer has been on the medal podium a number of the major events. And Maria Piccolova taking the gold. Silver medalist before the European Championships in this event. Gold medalist now.
Ladies and gentlemen, your medal winners.
Paul, just so you know, Liz.
Of the night, these last two events, the SB4 100 breaststroke. This happened just a short time ago, actually. It doesn't seem that long ago. It seems as if been down to that warm-up pool, the swim-down pool, I should say. Takis, he gave absolutely everything in the early stages of that race. Paid for it coming back. Cesco Bocciardo taking the silver, just getting ahead of the Greek swimmer in the closing stages. Dmitry Chernayev, world champion. Here comes European champion. Paced the race well. Let's take that gold medal to add to that World Championship gold he got in 2019. Another medal for Russia.
Ladies and gentlemen, your medal winners.
So three medalists make their way from the podium, and the final presentation is on its way, and it's the women's 100 breaststroke SB4. Just to round off the proceedings for this evening. Two swimmers that know each other very well. Marca Borgioni, another medal for her. 56.39 was her time in that final. There's Giulia Guiretti, smiling away as always. Another silver medal for her. Another time she's behind the swimmer in the centre, Fanny Elish. He takes the goal for Hungary. So that wraps it up for this evening. What an evening of action that we have had. We've crowned some new European champions. We have had some old-timers come back and produce some excellent swims. We've seen some close things for records. We've seen European marks broken. We've seen world record marks broken. Ihar Boki breaking that record in the butterfly event by half a second earlier in the day. It's been an excellent evening of finals, and that is just the start. We're here for 6 more days in Funchal to cover the action, and myself and Liz will be back with you tomorrow morning. We've lost Liz. She has a technical problem, but don't worry, she will be back in the morning with me. So please join us 9:30 local time here in Madeira for day 2 of the World Paraswimming European Open Championships 2020 and 21. It's goodbye for now from Madeira.